Mic's on, and we are live. Yay!
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 Our first game with Jesse going off and being an adult and us doing this without him.
Yay.
But we have everybody else. Yay!
Don't make me sad at the beginning. What the hell?
Okay, well, my name is Andy. I am the voice of the world here in the country of Wildom, the capital city, where a group of people thinks they're doing the right thing. Let's see if they're right. Only history will tell. Speaking of which, we always have way too many people for me to try to introduce you all. I'm sorry, I'm a bad person. I want to get into the story. I hope you'll forgive me. Because when we last left off, Michael, our trustworthy bard, self-proclaimed prophet of Bahamut. I think that's...
No. He's never actually stated that.
Oh, okay.
He's
I'm
pretty
sorry.
much said, I spoke to him when I died.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm reading way too much into this, and my mic's a little hot. Let me pull it down just a little bit.
Yeah, for some reason, Discord disconnected my chat, but I fixed it.
Okay, anyway, what actually happened was he got attacked while Kyle, the player, had to be away for a month and a half for reasons. So Michael got kidnapped by the half-ogress Azir, daughter of Victor Cromwell, and has been in her loving care for a couple of days. The players finally noticed he wasn't showing up at home after a night of debauchery, and they found him in this stone warehouse that smells strongly of gunpowder. When Azir saw them all, she made a few cryptic remarks, turned into a shadow, and walked through the wall. And that is where we will pick up our story right now. Michael, your friends have come. You are in pretty good health. You're maybe a little physically exhausted. What do you guys want to do?
Well, Rihanna will go over to him immediately and
Yeah, me too.
look him over and see if there's any obvious severe wounds that we can see that need fixing.
You're
Okay.
still
Are you
chained up,
alright?
right?
Michael, are you all right?
Yes, he is still chained up. I lost the original picture, had to rebuild it.
Rena, can you get these?
Yeah.
Anybody with medical, Trilac's not in the room with you, but anybody with medical,
That's
Jeslyn,
horrible.
he's a person.
Well, I'm gonna drop a cure wounds on him anyway.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you, go ahead and just save it. He's not physically hurt. I don't want you burning resources off of, something like this just yet.
Well, I will use my thieves' tools and unlock his
Okay.
chains.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm just trying to pet him and comfort him and hug him and
He doesn't really seem to want anybody to touch him right now. He's
Let me see why you can't mess with your token. Hold on. You guys continue. I'm trying to figure this out.
yeah.
Okay, you should be able to do it now, Danny.
First thing that Michael pretty much does as soon as anybody gets near him is just give him a. He tries to sort of assess the situation as best as he can because he can't really believe anything he's seeing right now. And then he just kind of curls up around himself and just stares out.
In fact, because you're doing that, give me a wisdom save.
Ooh, yeah.
Or a wisdom check. It's not really a save.
Yeah, because I've been tortured for.
Yeah, let's lean into what you just gave me, and let's see how fragile your mind is. This could just be another delusion. She's had you for 2 days. She's been merciless. You've had this dream once already.
Michael, it's Rihanna.
How do I know that?
Darling, please. You turned me into a angelic form in the sewers.
wait, he did what?
You need to tell me something I wouldn't already know.
look to Jeslyn. I think they screwed with his head.
You think?
Yeah.
It's his ear.
Look, let's just get him out of here.
Who was he a paladin of?
Who's who? What are you talking about?
Hey, Laura.
All right. Okay.
What?
I'm
I'm gonna sit him up so he's in a sitting position, not curled up in a ball.
We need to get him home. This is
Yeah,
not
we do.
safe.
Yeah, no. Are you able to walk okay?
I can walk. I'm not. They know everything.
Let's get him home. Come on. Somebody help me get him up.
I look over
Is
at Trilak.
is everything something I don't already know that I should probably know at this point?
Oh,
We need to wait until we get home, and
Yeah,
not talk
that's
about
what
it here
we-
in the open. Let's get him home. Trilak, Trevor, make yourselves useful and get him home.
Frick is the
Please.
one there, but
Oh.
Trilak wasn't with you last session.
Okay, Frick.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right. And he picks him up and starts running ahead of you guys. So
And he's good. That works.
that won't be at all suspicious to the city.
Frick! Stop running!
He's too far ahead. This is Frick after all.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just take off
freaking
after.
haul some booty.
Yeah, I vote we go that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before Trevor leaves, can I take a quick peek around the room, see if there's anything Azir might have left, like any message item or anything?
Give me an investigation roll.
I'm not good at those.
That's your
I'll
problem.
help her. I'll help her.
Oh,
Okay.
I am good at those.
We'll go ahead and see what the other one is, just so I'll know what to add to it, if anything. Or were you just saying helping as an advantage, not you were going to roll your own?
Yeah, I just wanted
Oh.
to give her advantage.
Okay, then sure. We didn't need that anyway. The picture isn't here anymore, but she had risen her own personal throne out of the floor. That's not supposed to be there. But for the most part, no. They had rigged some chains up under the ceiling. There's a lot of barrels of gunpowder. Nothing special. There's probably some, the floor has some blood stains on it right around Michael, but Michael doesn't personally have any injuries.
there's only
Okay.
stains.
Well, I'm sure that she cleaned up the rest of it at some point. You will, I'll tell you, you will recall that her siblings were there throughout the past day, and a big pile of your body parts would have been really disturbing. I mean, even they know certain things about hiding evidence.
Does this warehouse have like a number or something? Or is it just a location?
It's more of a location. Like, that this is one that is one of the king's warehouses, essentially. There are some private ones, but this one belongs to the kingdom, the government.
Okay.
So there might be a number. Let's call it warehouse number 11.
Okay.
No 9 3/4?
Nope, because I am not a British author.
Warehouse 13.
I thought about that, but I want to avoid copyright and obvious
I
puns.
know.
So
I mean, it's a shitty show anyway, so.
it was okay at the beginning, but good premise, not great follow through. Anyway, so Frick has run off with Michael. If you guys want to, you can get back to the manor.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe about 10 minutes after him, because he just ran at full speed.
I'll run through the door and I'll look around to see where he's plopped him down at.
They're just in the living room. I'm just going to bring us over to the city map because I don't really have another one. So
You
they're
need to
just
get a household thing.
they're just in the sitting room in front. He's bringing him ale to drink.
Ah. Probably needs water more than ale, but okay.
No, you need something to disinfect, and this is strong stuff. It'll kill everything in them.
I kind of want to forget.
It can do that too. Hold on, I'll go get the good stuff. And he runs back downstairs to come back with a better brew.
Once everybody's assembled, I'm going to tell everyone, look, it is no longer safe to stay here. Since they know all about us, we're going to have to leave the city some way or another.
They've known all about us for quite a while.
Do you really think that Azir won't hunt you when you leave?
I'm stating that they've already been hunting us even before we got involved in this entire little incident. They've been watching us for a while. She wants to know why Victor finds it so important for us to be alive, because I know for a fact that Victor has a tendency of killing people in instances, just as much as you do, Rihanna.
Do you know the answer to that?
No, I don't. Because I'm just some podunk bard who managed to get really, 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 really lucky and screwed up his opportunity to have a perfect life. So, I have no idea why he's following me. I kind of have an idea on a few others of us, because some of us are quite close to political families, but they have been watching us all for quite a while. They know a lot about us. They're even still watching us now. They have been scrying on us for quite some time. These are not people that choose their targets on a whim. They choose on very deliberate calculation.
Makes sense.
He's probably been watching you guys because you're associated with me.
Because
No. This she quite referred to you as the Paladin's woman. I think what they have is several different things that have come together, and Victor very specifically didn't want any of us to be killed for very specific reasons, but to be used as tools. Me.
Michael, I know I sent you this in text, but it was a few days ago. I'll remind you. Her exact wording to you at one point in between, fun time sessions, was, what makes you so important to him? Why?
Yeah.
Why do you matter? How are you involved in his madness?
This is what Michael thinks.
Okay. I just wanted to, because I know we're so far in between, things get forgotten.
Yeah.
So.
No, I know. This is what Michael thinks of her saying that.
Okay.
She referred
to you as the Paladin's woman, so they know you.
Oh, Trilak, you can absolutely be home for this conversation.
Trilak will be at the temple at this point.
Okay, just wanted to give you the option. Sorry.
Okay.
So they know why I'm here then.
I would think if they know all of us, and they know our histories, or at least have been watching us for this long, then they know why we're all here. And we're just pawns on a board, and...
Did she speak of him in past tense, or is he still alive?
I didn't really catch on to the tense of it. I just remember it like that. So, the Paladin's woman you could draw as either alive or dead.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for him being alive, hold on to that. Don't know how he's going to be if he is still alive, because I'm kind of teetering here myself. Actually, possibly even fallen into the abyss, and it's staring right back at me, and I can't really figure out what I'm seeing. But I think what it is I was out in the open, and I was getting close to something, because I was following up on some things that I thought might be able to be used to stop some of Victor's plans. I've got some names, I've got some directions, but I think they took the opportunity while I was following up on these to just grab me and torture me because she wants information, because he's not given them all. And they have definitely been watching us for a while.
So Victor's withholding information from his precious daughter. Interesting.
Was my name brought up among your torturous conversations? Or my family's name?
Everyone's name was brought up because they were torturing me for information on everyone. Everything that I knew. But they have been watching all of us.
Viserius, that might explain why they came and took away the wards you had on the house.
I was thinking the same thing myself.
Well, I can't imagine they had much to say about me.
There's a lot to be said about anybody who works for anyone. You are very close to the new queen. Potential. You are very close to my daughter, who can be used as a political tool to harm her in order to...
Wait, what?
Oh!
What?
Yeah, Trev, you probably don't know this. Yeah, quite a while ago, I was the lover of the king's current fiance.
Angela?
I was actually trying to marry her. I really screwed up on one particularly bad night that led to the entire stage that I was operating on catching fire, which was actually her father's stage that he had built specifically for me to use. It was the second performance of a masterpiece that I had written. A first performance had gone off very well. The second performance, my hair caught on fire, which then led to the entire stage catching on fire, which then led to an entire embarrassing debacle that led to me being banished from
It was not
that
good.
county. Oh yeah, it was horrible. But yes,
Needless to say, Angela's father is not a fan.
He's not really a fan of anything, if I remember him right. So
no, he's not. He does like music.
he didn't really like
But-
me either. But I was kind of a shit when I was a teenager. So
Wait, what?
know him from a few years ago.
How? Where? When?
Trevor's nobility.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but up until the start of this thing, I was with her family, so.
she had visited once, and I was the one provided the escort around the city.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Angela has a daughter with me, and that's not something that's very widely known. It's something that in certain circles is known. She can be used against Angela in order to influence the fool of the court.
That explains Victor's interest in you.
That explains why I should probably be killed.
Well, maybe in their eyes.
Well, in the king's eyes as well.
Yes. Fuck the king. Sorry. He's got this diabolical maniac working for him who kills people to do experiments for his own shit. I'm sorry. If you don't know what your underlings are doing, then you're not a very good king.
Working for him, but he doesn't trust him. Which is quite smart, but at the same time, using helmets to interrogate people through also reading their mind, that's actually really good. Somebody really needs to do that to Azir, possibly even to Victor.
Speaking of Azir, how the fuck does she have this magic now?
I think there's something helping them.
Huh.
Only thing I knew is she was dead and then she was back, so I don't know what the fuck Victor did, but...
I don't know if it's anything what happened to my friend Malik.
Trevor.
Any number of things.
She's very much
Yes.
alive. She is very much alive.
Do you think it might be worth visiting your friend as a group and seeing if he has any advice or input or anything?
If they're watching us, no. Or you or whoever. I don't want to accidentally give them a strong asset. However, there's somebody else I need to go see about this, so...
Who?
My brother.
I don't think it'd be a good idea.
No, you need
He's
to
the
actually-
captain of the guard. If Azir is going rogue away from Victor, he's gonna want to know. And I can't just keep this quiet. I mean, some parts I've told you that I will, but...
Yeah, this kind of does need to be reported because this is a false imprisonment. But, it's false
I mean,
imprisonment.
my brother has
torture.
a skewed view of justice, but
Yeah, but
he's
you
still
don't
upholding
understand.
the law.
She's one of Victor's children. She's gonna be. They won't do anything to her. They obviously don't do anything to her or Victor or any. I mean, he gets to do whatever he wants. What makes you think that your brother is going to be able to accomplish anything with this?
Because my brother is a lawgiver of this city. He upholds the law of the city. That's what he does. That's what he's always been about. Like, I understand you guys may not understand it, but I know my brother. If there's somebody going under him and breaking his laws, he's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, but the way they see it, we're the lawbreakers. I mean,
And
Michael,
now
don't
one
you
of
say
you is
that?
a victim, are you not?
Right, but what I'm saying is we've been trying to kind of keep our heads down and stay out of everybody's radar. And if you go and tell them, it drags us all out into the open, and then everything gets brought to the surface. And I personally, I can't have that.
Well, I can't just sit by and
They consider us traitors to the crown.
Raina, we're
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to need to. If we want to bring legitimacy to this, we need to.
I don't give a damn about legitimacy. I just want Victor dead.
He doesn't
If you
have to
want-
know you guys are the ones that killed his ear.
He
Well,
already
they
knows
probably-
that we're
they
the
know.
ones that killed his ear.
Yeah.
Oh wait, your brother doesn't know. Okay, yeah, I was.
Exactly. He doesn't have to know that. All he needs to know is that you're a victim.
There's also this. We have to make this very legitimate, at least in the eyes of the law. Raina, if we want to get him without any way for him to escape, we have to make it both public and we have to work against him in shadow. This is
Michael,
the
I
only way.
realize this, but you know how much power he has.
Oh yeah, he has the
There's
ability
no
to.
way. There's no way we're going to be able to bring Victor to justice legitimately without him getting away with it or leaving. I mean,
What do you think we should do instead?
That's why we bring it to the one person in the city that can.
And
I don't
while
think your brother has as much power as you think he does, Trevor.
My brother's a paladin. He's been one for as long as I've known him.
Yeah, well, paladins don't seem to stand a very good chance against Victor, now do they?
Kind of raises a brow at that one.
Raina's lover was a paladin who was murdered by Victor.
Did they
Right.
tell you that?
I kind of pieced things together. There was information to be grabbed as much as they were grabbing it out of me. I knew that you had lost somebody you cared for quite deeply, that was the reason why you were here, and that his death and someone else whose name I can't really remember being sent into a temple because of what had happened to her was sort of the straw that made you break in certain ways beyond what's already happened to you. I knew that this person meant quite a lot to you, because when everyone else had fallen short and betrayed you, he followed through. And they took him from you. And they did it quite violently and very, very brutally. And I did not know that he was a paladin.
Yeah.
I will gently rub Brianna's back a little bit.
So,
Well, I'm going to step up and say, well, regardless, if we can convince Trevor's brother to be on our side, that he would make a powerful ally. And if not, what's one more enemy?
One more enemy can make or break us, but I trust Trevor, and Trevor
Yeah,
trusts me.
I do as well. That's why I think this should be reported.
I'm all for it being reported. If anything, because it might lead to her being knocked down a couple of pegs, because what she did to me, I really want to do to her. And I really don't want it to ever stop. And that's a very dark side of me that I don't want to have.
Oh, and you don't think what we did to her the first time wasn't something that I wanted to do?
No, I kind of had the feeling when you were the first one to actually jump into the entire killing her thing, there was something there, but I didn't fully realize what was going on behind the scenes there. But yeah, she did this to me. I wasn't, exactly the guy that killed her. I was just the one that tried to get information out of her because she was dealing rage and was creating rage in the punk district. And that's not good.
No. It's not. His name was Silas.
Is that the one you were talking about in the bar a few nights ago?
Yeah. I met him and his sister years ago. At the same time I met Malik. And when everybody else would sidestep me or avoid me because I'm a tiefling, they didn't do that. And when they took him, destroyed his sister. The only other person I'd ever cared that much about. So yeah, I made it my mission to find Victor and his abominations, put an end to them. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
So, to me, you're family, and I want to make sure that this happens. And I want to make sure that it actually does happen. I want to give no quarter whatsoever now. So,
Okay.
we need to get this reported up to Nestor. We need to be as open and honest with Nestor as we possibly can in order to make everything legitimate. And unfortunately, this is going to mean making the King's rule fully legitimate. I've got to break down Victor's power structure as best as I can in order to make his power structure as stable as possible, and work for a way to make the kingdom as open as possible, because for Victor to exist, there's got to be a lot of dirty secrets out there, a lot of injustices, and to me, this now outrules any sort of issue I had with the king beforehand. This is now, I need to fix this kingdom in order to make the king actually a king, to legitimize and make the kingdom work. Because the way that this currently is, it's not working. It's just rule of absolute tyranny, counterbalanced by fear. And this is not going to work very well. And this country will fall if we can't sort this out. Because the nobility are afraid. The entirety of the lower areas are being used, exploited, and experimented upon. And that's just in the city. We don't know anything that's going on outside of the country in full, outside of this capital in full. And
Well, they're bringing stuff into the city.
it has to be made somewhere else. So we have to take out all the heads all at once, and we have to make everything legitimate, and we have to make everything legitimate in a way that everybody takes responsibility. That might mean that after all this is done, I end up dead because of certain things. Don't really care, just as long as it actually makes things work and work right, because that is what's important. That's how everything gets redeemed. That's how we actually make every life that has been lost so far matter and not be wasted. And that's how I'm actually going to be able to get her tortured as much as possible, because that's how she's going to lose. Not just in a physical loss, but in an actual full spiritual loss. And I want to see her when she breaks knowing that.
Well, let's not do anything too hasty.
No, this is going to take quite a while.
Oh, and I will be there with you the whole way.
I'm just saying, jump on things too quickly. Things happen.
Mike just
So-
kind of looks at Trevor.
We kind of know that, Trevor. My whole life's been one long string of things that happen.
I'm just saying I want to avoid anything else that, like the temple.
I really want to avoid that as well. I also kind of really want to avoid being trapped in a cell and tortured for 2 days again.
Well, hopefully that we can do. In the meantime, y'all should probably keep a low head.
Probably not go anywhere alone for a while.
Well, if we have to leave, if we have to get out of here, we're gonna need money to do so.
Well, I can't help you there.
I know. I'm just saying.
What kind of money?
I can take care of that aspect.
Enough money to get us out of here and keep us hidden for a while if we have to be. And Mysterious Darling, as much money as I'm sure you have, it will not be near enough. We need something. We need more. I've got a plan. I've got
If
something.
Just to make this clear, if we leave the city, it makes things harder to move within the city.
I know that.
There are certain things that Victor's already moving on. At least I think he's already moving on. That I need to stop. There's a few names that I've gotten. There's a few things that need to be fixed. And
And if you leave, my brother and I can't help protect you. Once you leave the city, that protection is gone.
I know. What I'm saying is, if things go to shit worse than they are, and we have to bug out, yeah, we're gonna need a means to do it. And Michael, I want to talk to you about these names and what you know what's going on.
All right. You guys lay low. I'm going to go get this report started.
Michael,
And I need to find my stuff in my conversations with Andy about those names as well.
Michael,
Yeah.
are they suspicious of Trevor? Was he brought up?
They know everything. They know everything.
But did they mention him by name?
Jesslyn, they know everything and everyone.
Well, I would say that by the way she referred to him when we showed up, yeah, I'd say she knows. They know him. I mean, she thanked him for
As a
spraying
player, I don't
tears.
remember. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here's what you as a character would remember when you all opened the door. Azir was literally sitting there like she expected you, looked straight at Trevor and said, "Excellent work, Lieutenant," and bringing his co-conspirators. And then she turned into a shadow. Oh no, she said, "I know everything." Turned into a shadow and walked away.
which is why I turned and I was like, Trevor was this close to getting a dagger in his back. Okay. As a player, not a character, I need to be right back.
Okay.
As a player, I need to find that information that you and I were talking about.
Okay. If anybody else has anything, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll stick with Trevor.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't have anything either.
Okay. Trevor, what were you doing exactly?
I'm going to go find Randolph.
You
Which I
know,
assume is in his office.
you know that even in the evening at night, he stays inside the castle. He is never far from the king. So you make your way to the castle, and I do have a little bit of an illustration of what the castle walls or the castle gates are like. Let me bring you over that just for illustration purposes. Okay, so this is the way, especially in the evening when the castle, the courtrooms are sort of shut down. It's much like the city gates. You have two parapets or gates, whatever you want to call them. You know, the sort that close down. Like, you know, for example, you could bring a cart into the space in between, close the gates, inspect it, nobody can run away, and then there's a couple of guards up front. Because things in the past 6 months have started to become slightly more peaceful, these guards are mostly ceremonial because nobody can open the gates from the outside. There's somebody on the inside that would be called to.
Okay.
So that's just, you know, the setup as you understand what it's going to be like when you get there. When you arrive, you recognize both of these gentlemen. One is I had his name Spencer
is that-
Wells. Spencer
Oh,
Wells.
okay.
And you recognize him that his arm seems to be healing, but the fact that his sword is on the offhand side, you can tell he's really just there. And, you know, again, he's probably not expected to fight. He's probably there more as the fact that he's still on light duty. The other is Sergeant Tonar, who looks like he is very, very bored having to work the late shift.
Mm-hmm. I will go up to Spencer.
He looks at when he recognizes you, Lieutenant, and Tonar says, "He ain't no lieutenant. He's a civilian, and civilians are not allowed inside the castle in the evening."
Spencer, would you mind getting a message to the captain for me that I need to speak with him?
He'll start to say, "Yes, right away. You will stay at your post." He looks at you. "If you have a report to make, you can make it to me. I am the highest ranking officer here right now." He loves stressing that phrase, by the way.
I have an important message to get to the captain. Would you please send it to him?
I will give it to him at at my earliest convenience. What is it? And
Follow up.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Spencer was looking like he was ready to, run an errand, to go do this, but he was given an order by his lawful superior.
A report on crimes that I was investigating for the captain that he would like an update on as soon as possible.
Well, I am sure that anything that was being taken care of while you were an active duty guardsman has been handed off to someone else, but I'll be sure to let him know just as soon as I see him. Good evening, civilian.
Walk away.
Okay.
Fingers that has my bracer kind of twitching a bit, but
But you don't draw on him.
nope.
That's a good thing. Okay.
Why, Andy?
Because it's evening.
I know, I'm aware.
So did anybody else have anything they want to do tonight?
Michael and Raina need to have a talk.
Okay. Whenever you guys are ready for that.
I'm gonna leave to go to the temple, find Trilak.
Okay.
But you can do them for now.
Okay. We'll jump over to you guys in a moment.
So, yeah. How's everything been for you guys?
Is Carrie back yet?
Ah, she is.
She's there. She's not talking.
I think your mic's muted, Carrie.
Ooh.
There you are.
Okay, sorry. So did everybody else leave to go do stuff or something?
Jeslyn is going off to find Trilak.
Okay.
So we've got just a moment for you two to talk.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I've been
I know it's a
tortured.
dumb question.
I've been tortured for 2 days after, quite a while trying to find out information to try and prevent anything in the political spectrum from harming Angela and my daughter, and trying to find out the secrets that are going to be used in order for linchpins for Victor to start breaking the bounds that he's got to the king. I've found a couple of names in this, starting out with the stuff with Angela and some information about them that Victor might start using. Or at least...
Why did you go off by yourself to do this stuff?
I thought we were all kind of doing our own things for a little bit. We hadn't had anybody actually step up to become a leader, so I needed to start information gathering. That way, once we actually chose to move, we could do it
Yes, but
quickly.
you know that I am on the same page as you with this stuff. Why didn't you come to me and ask me to help you with this stuff? I mean, we all know.
Excuse me, I need to go get a pot and a kettle right quick. I'll be back.
DM, we're having
Sorry, but you guys screw with me all the time. I'll shut up.
It's fine. It's just I know we're all targets here.
I know. Oh, believe me, I know. I needed to do this. It's information that I need to get.
I know.
And much like you've got stuff that you need to do. And you haven't openly stated to us. I bet that there's quite a few things that you've been trying and avenues that you've been trying to work up, and probably like me, we're getting a bit frustrated on. But I needed to do this, and I did try to move as best as I could, but they found me, and I am going to make her pay so badly.
Well, if they've been scrying on us, then everything we've been doing, they know everything.
And they've been doing it for quite a while. And she doesn't understand why we're so big or so important to Victor for certain things. She doesn't even know what they're for.
That's interesting that you would withhold information from her.
That's quite common. I mean, you don't get that high up in any sort of place without having secrets held from those beneath you, even if you state to them that you trust them wholeheartedly. Everyone has secrets. Everyone is suspicious of everyone when you get that high up on that sort of a grounding.
I guess that's true. So, But she's the only one that came after you, more or less? Did she do this alone?
No, the others were there.
Oh. All
She
four of them.
was... oh, yeah. She was very much in control. They wanted to just outright kill me. She wanted a lot. I'm amazed that there wasn't still like an entire stack of my left arms and quite a few jars of my testicles that were just left behind as a message. They did that. They did that. I've got names. I've got arenas of focus that these people are in. And this was all information that I was trying to get in regards to who had grumblings about Angela, being that she's lower nobility.
Right.
And because he's marrying somebody who's lower noble, there's going to be a lot of nobles that are quite pissed with him for that. But yeah.
So, what's the reason for him to be taking her as a wife then?
They're friends. He wasn't ever supposed to be king.
Oh yeah.
He's not exactly trained for this sort of thing, so he's coming down a bit harder.
That's the truth.
But I'm wondering, because given what I remember of things that happened before we were all killed, if there's not something going on where they're not fighting each other, or the strings that are holding Victor in check are something that Victor's trying to break, because this is where this is quite open. I think Victor might be a bit pissed with his kids for this, but at the same time, when you're moving this much around, there's going to be some falterings, and this is going to be not on Victor, because he knows he's going to have had a tight leash on them, but this is more on the fact that something let slip in regards to the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because for us to be as important to him as we are, and him not tell them, there's something bigger going on here than all of us.
Obviously.
They dug deep for a lot, and they got everything, and I don't know if I'll be able to stop next time as well. It was that strong, and it was that brutal. I don't even know if what I'm doing here is still. Because at this point, if it is, it's a really good one, and this might just be the end of me. So let it happen. At least now, if it is that, she at least knows that I really want her to die.
Rena will reach up, just kind of put her hands on both sides of his face, just kind of stare in his eyes, say, "I didn't break you. You will come back from this. I will help you. You're going to take her down and permanently."
I don't want this to happen to you or anybody else. I don't want us to become like them either. I just want things to work, and I want to make sure that nobody else suffers.
I'm already like that. When they did what they did.
There, you're broken, yeah, but we can still fix you too. Whatever needs to be fixed, I don't care. I'm not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on anybody in this group, but I'm definitely not giving up on you.
Good news. I got a line on some place where I might be able to find some goodies that might make our a little less typical. Been doing some recon. There's somebody here in town that likes to collect things.
Good. Very good. I got some names and areas of influence. We probably won't be able to work on them all. I think we've got a time frame here to work on. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just grab this. Let me just try to remember this. Lockbridge, Darby. His family owns mines that produce silver and gems. He was
Darby Lockridge is actually a woman.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. I'm
right.
just trying to, I just thought I'd point that out. That's a woman.
That's actually I gotta give you kudos for using that first name, because I didn't realize. Yes, it is unisex, but I've only ever run into it with guys. That is actually quite cunning, dude. But yeah, Darby Lockbridge. Her family owns mines that produce silver and gems. Kind of bent out of shape about the fact that that Angela is going to be marrying King Wilson. That could be a source of funding for Victor. You've got Sterling Exeter, former captain of a legion, and the Exeter family's military.
You have spoken with that gentleman.
Yes, I happen to know him. I have met him. He's quite a talkative fellow.
Oh, I'll have to meet him.
Based on your time, just want to get the background here. Michael, when you went to the bars, this is, like I said, yes, he is a former military man, retired. He will talk for hours about military strategy. That's he won't shut up about his past stories. And if you have one, he will happily hear it. If you try to divert from the military, he will work his way back around. Okay, he's just a fun character, and I want to point out you have spoken to him before.
He has, or I have.
Have I?
Well,
Was he at the dinner?
we didn't do this in game, but you've been meeting some of these people at the bars, during your when you weren't here to play. This is what you were doing when you were talking to these people.
Got it.
So that's how you've already met these individuals, was through buying them a few drinks and getting them to loosen up.
See,
So you've spoken to all these people.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
either
this
you
is
have,
right now.
yeah, because people don't. I mean, this is the sort of thing. Like, this isn't their deep dark secrets that you've learned from what I gave you. This is what somebody starts bitching about when they've had one drink too many. So, okay, please continue.
So you think that Darby's family would fund Victor's coup of the king, potentially?
If Victor found the right leverage and managed to work things properly, yeah. And could use Sterling as a military commander. The guy won't shut up about all of his military exploits.
I know, I've met him.
Dude, seriously, how many times can you talk about riding a single horse against a horde? How many?
I don't know. I had to smile politely and pretend like I was interested.
It's like, okay, there's blowing your own horn, and then there's blowing your own war horn every single chance that you get.
About every 30 seconds.
Yeah. But the guy does show military genius, and I could see why he would be a point to focus on.
So you think Victor's gonna tap him for use?
It would make sense, especially if he's all of these people that I have spoken to are disgruntled because of the fact that Wilson is marrying lower nobility than their own families, and they offered up their daughters for him to marry. They actively pursued him marrying their daughter.
Well, then I can see why they'd be upset.
Yeah. Then Hermione Stewart Lane, her family owns lands to the east. There's been raids on her lands that are slowing down trade from tribes in the area of monsters, and she's not happy about the response that that King Wilson has been having in regards to these. It's been too slow.
No response, you mean?
Yeah. But it's weeks of travel to get over to her territories in order to enforce. So there's, especially with the fact that nobody's going to be looking at a periphery territory to really enforce on.
Well, aren't they a little short-handed of their military here in the city already?
That's something to discuss with Trevor. I wouldn't fully know.
Because that would be one of the reasons why he wouldn't send this, his troops out to help remedy one of his subjects' problems. I mean, a good king would take care of that unless he's either incapable, inept, or both. And then of course I know there's been some murders here in town recently as well.
Yeah.
Have you heard about those? Did you hear anything about those?
Nope, didn't hear anything about those. I was kind of, for the past couple of nights, I've been kind of tied up.
Well, this has been about a week or so ago, I think. Am I right, Andy?
Yeah, about. The first one was about a week ago, a little over now.
And that was the young lady at the docks. Yes. Well, there's somebody or something running around town murdering people quite brutally. So that's kind of got the king's people all up in arms.
Which section of the docks?
Upper Deld, or the
North Galt,
North
which
Galt.
is
Sorry,
a good side of town. There's usually not brutal murders of nobility in that part of town. And her family owned owns like a fleet of ships.
Yeah, she was locking up one night apparently.
What was her last name?
Miltree.
Yeah, Miltree. Christina.
Miltree.
Mm-hmm.
Christina Miltree.
Would her family be in competition against the Ravenswood family? Because
who are the Ravenswood?
I find Sophia Ravenswood, her family owns several boats that handle shipping as well.
Are they connected to Victor?
She's one of the disgruntled. And then there's also the Callowells. Felicity Callowell especially. She's quite pissed off.
Well, you just met all the nobility in the city, haven't you?
oh, you give me you get me, some time and some ability to schmooze, I can find everyone. But here's the very interesting fact about the Callowells.
Okay.
They're known for gem crafting and enchanting.
Oh.
You get the Ravenswood, he suddenly has the ability to export rage outside of the country and outside of the island. You get the Callowells, he's got the ability to create quite a large stash of magically enchanted items and weaponry for himself. The Stuart Lanes, he gets them on there. He possibly has, technically a veteran army, even though it could possibly be quite small because they're having to constantly deal with raids. And that would also give him the ability to gain in more from trade and exchange within the country itself.
Right.
Possibly more trade lines for rage, but also the ability from the monster attacks to get, ogre parts for making rage.
Sure.
You get Sterling. Suddenly he's got somebody who he can use to control an entire army. You get Lockbridges, and he's got funding.
Shit. This is a bigger problem than we thought.
Oh yeah, and especially since there is no trust between the king and Victor. When I pulled the entire stunt that got us killed, the reason why they took us very specific point in interrogating me is because I was connected to you, and I were connected to Victor, and we had all survived our gauntlets. Nobody does that. They know who his agents are because they end up dead in the short run. But we managed to get away, and because I had because I had openly been caught, because they knew this, and they knew that I had that I had hated Victor. I'm now at the point to where, yeah, I've got issues with the king, but I really don't want to overthrow him now. I just want to make everything work, because this was, no. I'd rather have Wilson actually become a king that the country needs than ever have to deal with any sort of power vacuum in which another Victor can be created. I don't care. I just want to make sure that Angela's happy, that my daughter's happy after all of this.
You
Screw.
really think that them being with Wilson is gonna do that?
If he can become the king that everyone needs, and if he can actually become a king that everyone respects, and that he himself sees the ability to like himself for, then yeah. And I'm not talking about just respecting because they're afraid of him. I'm talking about they absolutely love him. Not just the humans, but everyone within the country's boundaries. That's how a king needs to be. That's how the old kings wanted to fashion themselves off to. You look into the stories, and then you look into the histories. The stories, they partied with everyone. You look into the histories, they were bastards. But it needs to end now. We actually need a country that works.
I agree with you, and I understand your reasoning. I mean, two people you love very much are going to be very much directly affected by this. I understand that. This is so far above me and my abilities. I mean, I'm a nobody. I am a thief who grew up learning how to swindle people. I mean, I just want Victor dead. That's the only thing I care about. I know that sounds selfish.
You are not just a thief. You are not just a nobody. Your very existence, you being a tiefling, you have a touch of the divine in you. Yeah, it's what everybody would call the dark divine. Yeah, you probably came about because somebody was a demon within your family, but you have that touch. It was granted onto you. Nobody can take that from you. That is something that you yourself have used and have, and nobody Nobody can look at that and say that that's that's an evil thing, because the only thing that makes it evil is how you use it. But it is yours. It is absolutely yours, and nobody can take that from you.
You sound like him, you know that?
I do.
All right. What do you need me to do?
Whatever you've been doing, if you've been paying money, try to gain trust. Because cash only works so far.
I don't know.
I mean, I need to build up on these contacts and build up trust and try to sway them to actually liking the fact that Angela's coming in, because it can, because she's lower nobility, she can be
She's a
used
target.
as a point. Yeah, she'll be a target, but she can also be used as a point to get a different view from the high, because
Right.
she's been out there, because she has views from outside of the capital. She can look at things from not just a centric point of view of all the money coming in to the capital and have to make the throne rich. She can look at it from, if you make these areas better, it makes the crown better, because they'll be stronger.
I have been working on contacts. I have been working on trying to get trust. I've been trying to build up my reputation with the thieves guilds in town to use as information, contacts, jobs for money, because I'm not like Viserius and some of the rest of you guys. I'm a poor tiefling. Speaking of which, one of the things I guess you missed, there's an information broker here in town. And in order for me to prove my skill, I had to break into someone's house and retrieve something with their family crest on it. I did it successfully, of course. But never gonna believe whose house it ended up being.
Who's?
Trevor's. I broke into the Nestor home and stole a shield. And in hindsight, it was a bad idea.
Oh!
No, not stealing the shield or breaking in. That was fine. There was this gorgeous dress and headpiece on a mannequin in one of the bedrooms. I couldn't resist. Turns out it belonged to his dead mother.
You didn't.
I did. And I gave the dress to Jessalyn. And she was wearing it when he came over the next morning.
Oh, wow, ow. Okay.
So the fact that he's even helping us in my book is amazing.
We need to apologize to him for that, at least.
Oh, I did. Oh, no, I did. He and I had a talk. I think.
Because I dislike Nestor. I really dislike Nestor, but Trevor's been really cool. Trevor's the kind of guy that kind of sit there.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right. I guess he's starting to grow on me.
Matt's saying a lot coming from you.
Shut
especially
up.
Since he's effective. I won't. I definitely won't, especially given that he's technically a cop. Just a very, very noble cop.
Yeah. He was pissed as soon as I gave back the dress, which Jessalyn was not happy with me. I had to go buy her another dress.
I know a guy
like an asshole. Well, I never told her that I bought her a dress. I just said I got her a present. And she assumed I bought the dress. See, I'm not a very good person.
No, you're very good. We just need to work on how you express that.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so yes, tonight I'm gonna go I'm gonna go on a job tonight. Let's just put it that way. The less you know, the better.
I'm gonna have quite a few showers. I feel like I still have blood underneath my fingernails. I'm quite happy that they're back.
Poor thing.
I have my arms.
That's true. And you know what? You said they were scrying, so it's probably a good thing I got this thing. And I pulled my pendant outside of my shirt to show you the amulet that I bought that protects me from being seen through scrying. Now they can't see me where I'm going.
Where did you get that, and how many more are there?
I bought it at the Brass Emporium.
How many?
And I don't know if he has more or not. Something that what's funny is I bought it because I wanted my hat of disguise to still work when I went into city offices without being uncovered. By the way, it works. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I have business to attend to.
You have fun.
I'm going to.
And with that, Rihanna will go off onto her side mission. For anybody who wants to see that, go to our YouTube channel and watch the episode side mission and find out what's going to happen to her. Because we'll just cover that later that night. If anybody happens to be awake, she comes coming back with only a shield for modesty. But we are going to go ahead and jump over to the temple with Trilak. Jeslyn, you'll be showing up in just a moment. Trilak, you are here, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. So the head cleric of the temple, he's still talking with you. Thank you very much for coming back to help us. Some of these individuals we've been asked to treat have been difficult to work with. We needed someone to help restrain them when they were at their worst.
It is no problem. This drug is not good.
Are you still intent on continuing your life as an adventurer?
I would not call it adventure, more as a care for a certain group of people.
I would like to tell you that before taking over this temple, I lived such a life, and it can be very rewarding, but also very dangerous. Be sure to take care of those under your charge. And he tells you he has a couple of items he wants to... things that he used to, treasures from his time as an adventurer. I'm going to send you those in chat.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 2 items, and I'll give you their description also. And that's when Jeslyn will show up.
If he looks like he's talking to somebody, I will just...
This is the head monk has gone off to collect a couple of items, so you can go ahead.
Okay. Trilak.
I take the item and put it in my bag. Hello, Miss Jeslyn. Is everything all right?
Not really. Are you busy?
No. No, I am not. What is...
Do you think you could come back to the house?
Of course. Is everything okay?
No, but I don't want it. We should wait and talk there. Okay? I'll wait for you to get your things. You might be a while.
No worries. I was just dealing with a few rage people.
Mm-hmm.
Let us go quickly. Is it dire?
Let's just go.
A moment later, the head cleric does come out, and he presents you with a diary from a fellow, not exactly the same follower, the same god you worship, but he believes that it's a book that will do you some good. And he also presents you with a pendant, and he tells you that this is something that he kept with him when he was an adventurer, and he wishes you well.
Thank you. I will put these to good use. I must be going now.
Oh, absolutely. Take care.
You said you had.
He just nods and quickly turns him. Let's go.
Okay. As we're going out, you said you had rage issues. Did you get it taken care of? Do you need help before we go?
No. A couple people needed a bit of. It needed to be restrained whilst they were being cured. It was nothing too bad to deal with. Got a few cuts and bruises, but I'm fine. I've dealt with them.
Okay.
Trilax all lowers his tail and his ears. Are you okay?
I don't want to talk about it. Let's just get home.
Of course.
No. We just need. I don't want to talk in the open. So I'm just going to stay quiet the whole time
Okay.
until we get back.
Okay.
Trilax does the same.
You don't have any real problem. I will just say that, especially you, Trilac, being more of from a bit more of a shamanistic background, you can just basically tell that there's a storm is quite literally brewing over the ocean, but it hasn't reached you yet. You won't have any problem getting home.
Yeah, I don't have anything in particular that, other than, once we get back, we'll see if anybody's in the room.
Okay. That's up to you guys. I'm going to take it that you probably got the room to yourself.
Well, then I will look for everybody.
Okay. I'm going to say that Trevor didn't come back. Correct me if I'm wrong. Rihanna won't be back for several hours.
Yeah, Viserys is in his study as usual.
Basically, I don't have anything like specific conversation. I just want to get Trilac up to speed on what's going on. So I don't really need to role play it out or anything.
Okay.
But unless somebody else has something specific they want to say or do, I just want to make sure he knows what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, she's able to get you up to speed easily enough. Trilac, I'm going to double check on that because I left that off my notes. Give me just a minute to find a comparison. So yeah, she gets you up to speed on some of what has been happening recently. So unless anybody has anything else, we can more or less jump to the morning.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just trying to find something to make a comparison for this item for him right quick. But it is basically it's the next morning. Like I said, Rihanna came back missing everything but a shield. All of her other items were lost.
Does she not have anything here, or is that everything she owned?
I have told her that anything she could justify having left behind before her mission. But that I'm trusting her to, on what she did and did not bring with her on that job.
But she has clothes, otherwise.
Oh, I'm sure she's got like another set of clothes.
Okay.
But when she comes home that night, she has nothing but a shield.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael gives her his jacket in order for her to be able to wander around without showing, God and country.
Were you awake when she came back?
Yeah, he's not doing well for sleep.
Okay. Well, I guess depending upon where you're at, you may or may not come in.
It's kind of hard to miss that much red or purple. No, that much purple.
Yeah.
He'll just hand over his jacket, not even ask a question as to why. He'll just hand that right over.
Then she just goes straight to her room, shuts the door, sits on the bed, and says, fuck. Well, at least I'm not totally destitute. I still have a few of my things. how am I going to... I will dig out my other clothing that I had, spare clothing, and I will come back out and hand Michael back his coat or cloak or whatever it is and just be like, thank you.
If ever you need any help like that again, just ask.
Yeah, I probably should have not gone by myself, but anyway. Awesome. And she's gonna go to bed, and so the next morning she's sitting in her room trying to figure out what to do next. I will seek out Viserius.
In his study.
Viserius, are you busy?
No. Do come in.
I'll open the door and walk in, close the door behind me.
Yes?
Can you identify magical items?
Yes, I can.
Great. Would you mind coming with me? I have something I want you to identify, but I just don't want to be carrying it through the house.
Certainly.
Kind of dangerous.
How dangerous?
I don't know. That's why I need to know what it is.
Well, let's find out. And I'm excited about a new artifact.
Okay.
Take him up to the room, and I will pull the Shield of Wonder out of the trunk or whatever I've got for storage stuff in that room.
All right.
I will lay it on the bed and be like, that.
Viserius,
That's
I'm
what
going
I
to make
did.
the handout available to you because I assume you're going to do this as ritual.
Yes.
So the handout for the Shield of Wonder is now available for everybody to look at because, but we're going to say that that's going to take you 10 minutes. So while you're doing that, we're going to jump over to Trevor. Trevor, I assume you were going to try again to speak to your brother?
Yes.
Okay.
I will try to wait until I know there's a new rotation of cards.
Yeah, well, it's a lot easier for you to get in during the day because, which also reminds me, did you also want to handle the payment for Learned? Because we don't have to play that out. You just go and arrange, a meeting for somebody with a clerk.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to say you're easily able to get into the offices. It's a lot easier when there's a full staff there because fewer people, with a problem against you who have all the control. So you can stop by the clerk and arrange that payment on behalf of Learned, and then you can go in to speak to your brother.
Yes.
He's doing his usual office work right now, going through things. Yes. What is it?
We have to talk.
All right. He'll motion for you to close the door.
I do.
Yes.
Well, we'll start with the easy thing first. There's an issue with Azir. I don't know what she's doing or if she's going rogue or acting outside of Victor's orders or whatever, but she kidnapped and tortured a citizen of the city for, my guess, is a few days at a time. I know this because I was asked to help find their friend. That is what we found. My proof is that she was there with the victim in the warehouse.
All right. So he'll ask you, for all the details, which, for brevity, we'll say that you do go into detail with. Let's put it this way: what do you not tell him? I assume you did tell the group you would leave off any thing about them being opposed to the king.
Yes.
So you leave off their criminal background, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So while he's listening to all that, he's looking over some papers while you talk, making a few notes, and finally he says, "What was the name of the citizen that she took?" I assume that you do know his name, Michael Bradmore, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because he turns around a paper. Is this the gentleman? And it is a drawing of Michael.
Yes.
Well, I am glad to hear that your report confirms a great deal of what Azir's report had in it. Although it does seem that you were slightly mistaken in a few points. This man is a confessed traitor to the crown. Azir was performing an interrogation when his co-conspirators caught up. He stands up, puts the paper down, walks over to you, puts a hand on each shoulder, and says, "I am proud of you, though, brother. You have managed to infiltrate this terrorist cell. And I know this is hard on you. Deception is not in your nature, but I need you to stay as close to them as possible. Victor is going to continue his own investigations, but I believe that by letting them stay free but monitored, we can draw out any other rats that are infesting our city." And he just, gives you like the brotherly, slightly squeezes your shoulders, and he says, "This is Bane smiling on us, brother. We will cleanse this city once and for all."
Sure.
I realize you are like me. You're usually very direct when you confront such things. I know it will not be easy for you to play this role I'm asking you to, but it's for the greater good.
Which is what?
To eradicate any who would oppose King Wilson. That's a slip of the tongue on me, not him.
I think you had it right the first time, King Victor.
We will... Any who would stand against his rightful rule, we will find them all. We will find any who would ally themselves with these traitorous dogs, and we will make an example of them all.
Then why aren't we looking more at Victor?
And kind of blinks at you. Victor is a loyal asset of the crown.
Is he?
He just sort of looks at you.
Never mind.
Be sure to... We'll leave you on inactive duty for a while. Be sure to report to me anything else that you learn.
Yeah, well, make sure your guards know, because I tried to report this to you last night, and Tonar decided otherwise.
Well, we do need to keep up certain appearances. You are technically a civilian. We don't want to blow your cover. Unfortunately, that means that you do have to act within the capacity of a citizen of the city.
Fair enough.
Carrie, your screen just went black. Alright, did you want to do anything else here?
Randy.
He kind of quirks an eye at that name.
You were wrong about the temple.
How so? By
didn't
this
send a
man's
sense.
own admission, he follows in Bahamut's teachings. In fact,
That's not what I found.
I'm convinced that maybe we should be cracking down on more of these heathen gods. I will need to bring that up with the king. I am also making arrangements to bring Countess Angela to the castle so that this madman does not turn his sights back onto her.
Sorry.
I'm just seeing all y'all's faces right now.
I can't know a word of this in character until it's actually told to me. But
I
hey,
know,
need to
it's
step away
just
from
so
the-
much fun to watch you guys react.
I need to step away from my computer. That way I don't metagame. I'll be right back.
You know I will always agree with your wisdom. But I'm still me.
He kind of giving you a bit of a puzzled look, but he doesn't say anything.
I'll follow whatever you think is right.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Carrie's comment.
I
Okay,
can't see her face.
so he just nods to you.
I got to Michael's camera.
Oh,
But I will follow what you think is right, but I have leads that I need to look up on my own.
I trust
If I
you,
have
brother.
if I have proof that shows otherwise, I'll bring it to you.
He nods like, well, yes, of course. You know, he expects you to do your duty as you see best.
I don't believe he's a traitor to the crown.
That's not what his confession to Azir said.
No, I don't trust his ear. I saw what she did to him. That's not interrogation. That's... I don't know.
Was,
if I find
did you
otherwise, I'll
find
bring it
him
to you.
harmed?
Yes.
In what way?
I'll explain the state we found him in, and what he explained was done to him.
Well, the state you found him in was chained up but physically whole. There was not a scratch on him physically. So he just says, looking over the report, this is the same man that attacked her in the street, bound her, tortured her, and was an accomplice to her first murder. I'd say she showed admirable restraint in her interrogation methods. She put him back into a whole state after each round of intensive interrogations.
Which is what I would explain to him, because that's what Trevor was told.
Yes, and he repeats it right back to you. She showed admirable restraint, and then she put him back to rights after questioning him.
And that's...
He is the one who tortured her in a similar manner.
I understand.
He is a traitor to the crown. He is a criminal within our city, and he is to be shown no mercy.
Understood. Trevor's realizing he put his foot in his mouth.
Well, Randolph's expression is basically, I know I have tasked you with a nigh impossible mission, but you are the one that I trust to see it through. Watch over them, tell me who they have contact with, and we will bring them all to justice.
What if I find
Carrie,
something
you
that
are
hurts
right
my
that
stomach?
you did a lot of the torture, but Michael did a few things himself, and Azir paid him back in full for it. Sorry, what was that, Danny?
Trevor just said, if I find something that proves their innocence, I'll bring that forward too.
We will, of course, look at all of the evidence, and we will serve out justice properly.
Like I said, I'm behind you.
And he just nods and goes back to his paperwork.
I'll leave.
Okay. While you're within the castle walls, do you want to do anything else?
I'll go down to where Victor usually hangs out.
Okay.
If it's occupied, I'm just gonna go by it. But if it's actually, no, I retract my statement. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. Well, guys, I think this might be a good opportunity to take 5. So we will come back here about a quarter till.
All right.
Cool beans.
Back in a few. Wow.
Wow, and we're back on that. Okay. Oh, yeah, this has been a fun half. So much plot got done. Somebody just fell off the stream. Who are we missing? Matt, I think. Okay.
Reboot
Yeah.
roll 20.
No.
Oh,
It's
Okay.
Pete back. Pete, are you back?
Well,
I'm gonna guess Pete's not back.
oh well. I wish I had realized that because I didn't see that he had walked away. Well, anyway, we'll just jump back over to him. Did anybody else have anything? And we'll jump over to Pete and his analysis of the shield in just a moment.
Yeah.
Michael's going to be setting up an entire comprehensive just listing with strings of different colors across his wall, interconnecting everything.
Okay. I think we've already got this particular piece of fan art, but we all know what this looks like.
Trilak would actually like to talk to Michael.
Okay.
He's
So
in
you
his
go
room.
in there and you see him setting up the crazy board.
Okay, so Trilak knocks on the door.
Michael comes up to it and opens it up, staring out with one eye. Hello?
Can I talk to you?
Come on in. Opens his door slowly and then returns to the wall, putting up papers, information, strings.
Trilak walks in and locks the door.
Don't lock the door.
Turns back to Michael.
Don't lock the door.
You and I have a discussion.
Don't lock the door.
Do we need to roll initiative, guys?
Why is that?
This might need to roll initiative.
Are we rolling initiative?
Yeah, I am,
You guys tell me.
Trilak. Yeah.
Do you
I
unlock
am,
the
because
door,
Trilak-
or is somebody going to attack?
I've kept the door locked.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
unlocking that.
oh fuck.
You guys roll initiative, and you handle this yourselves.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Just gonna eat some more
1 second.
sun
Roll 20 is not working for me.
I'm fairly certain you're going to beat that one.
Would Viserius and I hear the ruckus about to start? being
Holy
reminded?
crap! You. Oh my
I
God,
have 0 initiative, so
Michael! What do you do when this man refuses to unlock the door?
He charges and unleashes a thunder wave.
Okay, now you guys hear everything. Roll damage on that thunder wave. Well, no. What is it? A con save?
It's Dex.
Yeah, it should
Okay,
show up.
roll that out, guys.
so roll a Constitution.
Yes.
It's a saving
Shit.
throw.
Oh,
But you rolled shit, so.
Yeah.
You still
Even if you
rolled
add your
5.
proficiency or whatever. Okay. You take 11 points of force damage that slams
Nice.
you into the wall. Everybody in the house just heard that.
Do we need to roll initiative too?
No, because it'll take you guys. Go ahead and roll initiative, but you can't act this round.
Okay.
That's actually a roll of 19 because it's 8 for the fact that for the
Oh,
original.
okay. I'm sorry.
And then-
Try like you take 19 points of damage. Everybody else, you're able to come running, but the door is locked. Trilak, it is now your turn.
And he, how far away was
Hey,
he from
open up
the
in
door
there.
as well?
Hold on,
Because he
Michael.
also gets
Hold on,
tossed.
Carrie. Michael, what was you saying?
He also gets tossed 10 feet away from me.
Well,
So I'm just
he fell. He got blasted into the door. is what I'm saying. So you threw him back into the door.
Would
And
that break the door technically?
I'm going to say that it damaged the door, but no, it did not break. That I don't believe it was quite that much force.
Okay.
But that door is probably cracked. Trevor, names Tralak. It is now your turn. People are banging on the door.
Screw that shit. I pulled out my lock picks. I'm gonna pick the lock.
Well, you still need to
Such your
wait a
turn.
moment.
Yes, I know. I'm saying.
I spit blood and I like scratch the back of my head and there's blood. Seriously? You're going to attack me?
Rihanna, second question. Didn't you lose your lockpicks?
Oh.
That being
Yeah.
said, if you guys can let me know how you go about breaking
I
down
wanna
a
try to-
door.
I'm gonna try to kick it open.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Michael needs to
Rihanna.
roll a charisma save. It's still Trilek's turn. You guys can you guys
Okay.
can go in a moment.
Okay, well, let us know.
Okay.
I've already got a plan.
Okay. Okay, Michael, you've just been banished for a minute.
I
Okay.
sit on the bed.
So Michael is gone to somewhere else. You guys can operate outside of initiative for the next minute.
What?
I reach
Open
across
the
and
door.
unlock
I-
the door.
No, I'm gonna try to kick it open.
Well, he would have time after once his, you guys, he would have time to open the door before you'd have a chance to kick it.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm taking that away from you, but that makes more sense to me that he had the opportunity. I'll put it this way: he opens the door right as you're throwing a kick.
Oh, great. Can I kick
So-
Tralek in the face then?
Roll the attack.
Hold on. 24.
Trilak, you open the door, and Jeslin's foot comes and kicks you. We're going to say in the chest because of how big you are.
What the hell are you doing in here? Where's Michael? I pushed past him. I'm like in the room. Where's Michael?
We heard
Yeah,
You
I'm
need
gonna-
to
I'm
roll.
also gonna rush
You
in the
need
room.
to. Sorry, there's a lot happening, guys. I'm sorry, but Trilak, you do need to roll a concentration saving throw. That's con.
Oh,
You just got to beat a 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
a check. That's not a saving throw.
Well, it's good
I think
enough.
you beat it.
It's good enough. Okay, Michael, you are trapped in a demiplane of nothing.
I heard a noise. What happened? Are you okay? Sorry. The door is locked. I heard a noise. I got panicked. Where's Michael?
he'll be here.
What do you mean he'll be here? Where is he?
I can't talk to him. And because I locked the door to have private conversation, he has
Settle down. Settle down. Now. Where is he?
Why
go
did
look-
you lock the door?
I run over and look out the window.
It's there. You can tell it's actually raining outside. You can see that that storm over the ocean is coming in. There's a hard rain.
Okay. And obviously I see no sign of him because he's
No,
not here, but-
there's no Michael out there.
Trilek, after what he's just been through, why would you do something stupid like that to trigger him?
What do you
What did
do?
you do with him? Yes! He was just tortured and interrogated for 2 days straight.
Where is he?
Where is he?
He is in a demi-plane. He'll be back in about 30 seconds. I'm going downstairs.
You're lucky I don't have my daggers because they'd be in your back right now.
Better yet, and I say, Trilak, be gone.
Trilak, you are now standing in the rain outside the house.
That should cool him down.
Cholak walks away. Just walks back. Goes back to the temple.
Okay. In about 30 seconds, Michael reappears in a room full of everybody.
Holy shit!
What
What
happened?
happened?
Where is he?
He's gone.
It's gone.
I sent him out of the house.
What was that about? What happened? Are you hurt?
He locked the door. He came in, he locked the door. I told him twice to unlock the door. He refused to unlock the door.
Why would he refuse on that's I don't understand.
Wait a minute.
I'm
Did
not
anybody
exactly...
tell him? Did anybody tell him what happened to Michael before this?
Yes. Should I not have?
No. I was just like, I would think that if he knew, that he would know better than to do that.
That's why I went last night to get him. I thought he should know what was going on. I don't understand.
Yes, I do like the guy, but he seems a bit impetuous at times.
I don't understand. You asked him to unlock the door and he wouldn't do it?
Yeah, he would not.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but after what I've been through, if somebody is going to lock my door...
You don't have to apologize.
No, it's totally understandable.
What did you hit him with?
Thunderwave.
I kind of kicked him. I didn't mean to.
That was a hell of a kick, by the way.
You can apologize to him. I'm not. I told him twice. Open the door. I'm not apologizing for that.
No, I know.
After what I've been through. Yeah, no, nobody locks my door. Nobody but me locks my door.
And besides, why does the door have to be locked in order to have a conversation?
I think somebody needs to go find Trelloc. We need to find out what's going on.
Go find him. But I'm not going to be there.
I'll go.
I'm just going to.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
I'll look at Viserys. Can I bring him back in? You should go with me.
As long as he's calmed down, I don't mind him coming back.
I don't really know how you got him out of here, so I wasn't sure if that was something, if he was even capable of coming back in.
That was really cool, by the way.
It was.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go talk
to hit him in the chest. Okay, wow.
I'm gonna go try to find him.
Okay.
Be careful. Please be careful.
I'm not worried.
Jeslyn, I'm going to say give me an insight roll to try to see if you can guess where he's going. I'm going to say make it at advantage.
Okay, good.
Okay. Because the one thing you know about Trelloc is that, he's a servant of Thor. He's probably headed back to the temple, as that's the only other place you've ever known him to be.
Okay.
He had a head start on you, but if you were running in the rain, you would catch up to him.
Okay, yeah, I can. I would go straight there.
Okay. I'm going to say, Trelloc, you have very low dexterity, right?
0.
Okay, in that case, Jeslyn is able to catch up to you in the street. Because she's just naturally faster than you are.
I will run up and kind of reach up and touch his arm. Hey!
Yes, Miss Jeslyn.
What was that?
Tell me.
No, you tell me. And he asked you to unlock the door. Why wouldn't you unlock the door for him?
Because I wanted it to be private and I did not want anyone barging in.
The door was closed. You know how to close your mouth when the door opens? The door opens, you close your mouth. You stop talking. It's not hard. You know how long it took me to trust you? And you did that knowing what he just went through? What is wrong with you?
He attacked me. I wanted to talk. Yes, I did a stupid thing by locking the door, but I did not expect him to attack me.
Oh, he should have warned you. He asked you twice to unlock the door. What possible reason did you have for not granting that simple request? And after what he just went through, of course he's on the defensive. And now you know how much trust you've lost with this group? Let me ask you something. Somebody who's twice your size comes into your room, locks the door behind you after what he just went through, and if you had just gone through that, and refuses to get out of the way, and you feel like you're trapped and have no escape,
I understand.
how would you feel?
Miss Jesslyn, please.
No. I'm so angry with you right now. What were you going to talk to him about?
Ask if my temple was safe.
You couldn't do that with the door unlocked. You need to cool your aggression problems.
My aggression problems. I have been nothing but passive with this group.
No, that is not true.
Who have I been aggressive to? Other than today, other than my stupid mistake of not opening the door, who have I been aggressive to?
Why did you come into his room? You came in like a threat. And so he saw you as a threat.
If you don't trust me, it is fine. But there's no point. All I want to do is make sure my temple is safe and that you people are safe. That is all. If I came in like threat, I am sorry. I cannot help it. I cannot.
Yes, you can.
What? You think I can just shut off being a wolf kid? Shut off this?
You think that's what makes you a threat? Look at me. I could kick your ass any day. You think it's your size and your race that makes you a threat?
No, I do not. But people don't trust me because I look like a werewolf.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that because no one in this group has treated you like that because of what you are. No one in this group has. So don't even start with me.
Fine, I'm not going to. I'm going back to temple. I'm going to warn them that they might be in trouble.
I think you need to be careful with stuff like that.
I will take your advice.
And I think if you're going to be a part of this team and a part of this family, you need to act like it. I'm going to turn around and walk back.
Okay. This is a very dramatic scene as you two walk away in a rain. You know, this is like film noir style.
Yeah, Charlotte just walks away.
I have a black trench coat and everything.
Sure, you grabbed a long black coat on your way out. I'm going to say that along the way, Trevor was headed there, so you two meet along the way.
I've been pushing my hair out of my face because it's all wet and I look like a wet dog.
Well, technically, he looks like the wet dog.
Oh. I still look radiant.
Well,
radiant and wet.
We'll go with
A
wet.
wet angel. A wet angel.
Thank you.
And like I said, for that whole scene, if you didn't already have a plot point, everyone has their own plot point now. Because that was just a really cool overall interaction, guys.
Because we are so awesome.
Oh. Okay, so Trevor and you see Jesslyn walking in the rain.
I just want to
She looks mad
and,
too.
And I just want to slide up to the side and just grab her and pull her off to the side.
Okay, Jesslyn, somebody just grabbed you in the rain. I'll give you whatever reaction you want there.
Do I not see him? Because if not, I'm going to try to elbow him in the side.
Did you see him? You're walking
Yeah,
in the
I-
rain and you're kind of angry.
Do I need?
I wasn't being sneaky, so I don't know.
I'm
if that-
assuming not, but do you need to roll anything or?
I'm going to say this is your choice. How does Jeslyn feel right now? Is she going to
she's
lash out?
mad.
Okay, is she going to lash out at the first person that grabs her by the arm?
Honestly, probably.
Okay,
I mean,
then roll your attack.
oh Jesus!
Kick his ass!
Only 13.
Okay, so you,
Yay!
Trevor, she takes a swing at you, but you're able to block it.
Oh Jesus!
I just like block it with my arm, just hold her.
Yeah,
shoulder
this
for a
was
second.
this was a pretty easy block for you, but you could tell that was a serious punch on her part.
That would have hurt probably.
What are you?
Do you trust me?
Yes. Why?
I just needed to hear it, but I'm not sure how things are going to be going in the coming days.
Meaning what?
But you guys need to be careful.
Oh, I think we got that.
No, more so than you might think.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on fully, but I tend to find out.
Oh, thank you.
My brother's going to be looking into his ear.
Looking. I thought she said looking into his ear. Like, okay, that's nice. 'Cause you kind of
Because of the rain, that's how she heard it.
probably. Oh. Okay, which is good, right?
Because that's the best. It's good. That's the best he can do right now.
Okay, good. This is
He said I should stick with you guys for a while just to make sure that Michael's kept safe. But nobody else needs to know, that's why.
so he knows. He knows what's going on. Then he knows everything.
Anything important, nothing
Okay.
insane.
She's probably like teary right now. She's like mad, teary-eyed mad.
You alright? Like, I didn't. Sorry.
It's fine.
Let's go.
I know.
Why
I
did
don't know
something happen?
Oh, just a bunch of drama, and I'm just really confused, and I don't know what to do anymore.
Same.
I feel useless.
Well, I'm pretty sure if that punch would have connected, it would have hurt, so I wouldn't say useless.
That's not what I want. I feel so angry. I don't like it. I feel angry and scared. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's left and what's right and what's wrong. I don't.
I think the city does that to people. Takes your views and your morals and crumples it up in a ball and throws the pieces to the wind, and sometimes you find it, sometimes you don't. It changes you.
I just want to leave.
I know some place we could go for a bit.
I can't leave them.
That's fair.
Are you going back to the house? To the manor?
I should probably tell them what's going on.
Okay.
Well, what they need to know.
Okay. I'll start walking back.
Okay, while you guys are headed back to the manor, we will jump over to Trilak as he is arriving at the Temple of Thor.
Tralaxo rubs the back of his head. Acolyte, I need to talk to the head priest.
He runs to go get him right quick, and he comes back. I'm surprised to see you so soon, Brother Trilek.
I had hoped that it would be some time before I visited next, but
An odd statement to say about the temple of the god you serve, but okay, I understand.
I wish to spread his word around and not be confined to this temple.
I was merely jesting with you, Trilek. I understand. But what has happened?
I got into a little bit of an accident. A stray, what do you call them, tile on the roof hit me in the back of the head. As I was walking, this storm is...
Roll a deception.
Deception?
Yes. Okay. He says, oh, yes, this weather can be very treacherous, and he heals you up.
Thank you. Head priest, do you trust me?
You would not be here if I did not trust you.
What is it with me and the people do not... I'm sorry, some personal problems have just arose. And with the tile, it is not making things better.
If only you knew of a place where people could go to talk about their problems, where there is someone who has spent his life dedicated to helping others. If only we could find such a place around us. Kind of looking at the ceiling.
I do love your sarcasm.
Laura is sassy.
Yeah, I am sure that you are aware of this newfound group that I have joined.
Oh.
And I am currently... that I was accompanying. One of their allies has been through a very traumatic experience. So I was wondering if you could perhaps send someone to them in hopes to get them the proper help that they need to recover.
He just sort of says, Trilek, I understand your concern, but if that is the charge that you have taken up for yourself, then why do you not administer this aid?
Because this group has lost all trust with me over this. I'm sorry to lie to you. I went to talk to the member who has been through a traumatic event. And in a fit of fear, he attacked me. Which is why I'm no longer allowed near this group. So they have trusted his judgment. They have trusted his actions.
He just sort of looks at you. Trilek, I admit I have only known you a short time, but were you banished from their presence permanently, or is this something that you have taken upon yourself after a disagreement?
Well,
Because
I
I
would
don't
love to-
know exactly how Wolfkin tribes resolve their differences, but humans fight all the time. I have family that I spent years not talking to, but when we finally did, we didn't even remember why we were fighting. Compassion is one of the things that we try to teach. Understanding. And then if you need to hit someone with a hammer, okay. But you cannot run from every problem.
As far as I'm aware, I am banned from the premises of their home. and I'm sure that any attempt at my contacting with them will be seen as hostile. For that is how this group is. They do not trust easily. And for one's actions, I do not think they'll trust me again. Which is why I ask that you send an acolyte or someone to at least offer the help. If you do not have the resources or the people, do not worry about it. I'm sure they will deal with it on their own. Slowly and bumpy, but they will deal with it.
We are a few here, but anyone who comes to us seeking help will have what we can offer.
Just if you can send an acolyte to offer the help, and if you cannot get, if they cannot get their help, get them help, then at least retrieve the kittens.
Very well. Acolyte Trilak, I charge you with this task.
Priest, you do not understand. They do not want me there. They do not trust me, and I've lost all trust with this group over one misunderstanding.
Well, it is very hard to break someone's trust with one action. I would actually be rather impressed for someone who could never speak to a friend again because of one misunderstanding. That, in all my years and the wonders and the horrors I have seen, that is not among them.
Then consider yourself impressed. So this one misunderstanding has lost them. Their trust with me, and...
Or have you lost your trust with them? It is not a one-way street. It is not just given and taken freely. It is... Actually, it is given freely, but you can... It is up to you to decide if this is something that you will take away from them.
Take away the chance for them to attack me again. Take away the chance for them to hate me more. Look, hate priest. I do not deal with people. I'm not a people person. I heal and I help. That is all.
And I hit people with a big mace. That's how I spent my time as a traveler. We all walk our own path. But if you have decided that you will not even uphold the task you have given yourself of taking care of the kittens.
Father gives a look like, oh, don't do that to me. Oh, don't do
They
that.
were always your responsibility.
They were. Thank you for the healing. I shall go consider this task.
He just sort of nods to you.
Do prepare for me to come back, possibly more injured.
We will make sure to kick out the vagrants who were sleeping in your room. He is joking, by the way.
Again, I do not understand people.
Neither do people.
That's very true.
I shall be back soon.
I truly hope that it is days before I see you again. And for the record, that is not an insult, Trilak.
Thank you for clearing that up. I got heartbroken, just a tiny bit.
Okay.
And I turn around and head back to the house.
Okay. Trevor, I figure you were already there and you can be talking to everybody. Oh, sorry, Pete, you were gone earlier. Are you are back, aren't you? Okay.
Yes, I'm back.
I'm going to say you have had a chance to fully examine that shield. We just sort of forgot, wasn't able to jump back to you right afterwards. You know what the Shield of Wonder is. We'll jump back to everything else just a moment, but You can tell Rihanna all about the Shield of Wonder.
Okay, I'll just relay all the information to her that's on the sheet.
Okay. Well, if that, I was hoping for a bigger reaction, but okay. That was just me personally. Okay, so Trevor and Jesslyn have stumbled in out of the rain.
Oh, my mascara's running.
Yeah, and it's totally the rain that made it run.
Yeah. She looks a little bit more relaxed. I mean, she's with Trevor now, so, you know. I mean, that makes everybody more relaxed.
No pressure.
I'm going to take away that plot point if you keep that up.
Michael is still up in his room. There seems to be random ravings coming from his doorway every so often.
I would say that after we went into the room to check on Michael, that I probably didn't just leave him alone in there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that, you know, if Viserius was gonna tell me about the shield, it would have.
I figure he did that before all of this. It's just I forgot to we went on a break, so I just wanted to make sure that was all taken care of. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So is everybody pretty much upstairs still?
Sounds like it.
I know, I'm upstairs with Michael.
Viserius can be watching the crazy too. Michael has gone into full blown just like paranoid mode. Just.
Is that what we walk into?
No, they're upstairs.
Oh, okay.
So when you go upstairs, you see paranoid spreadsheets.
I would ask Trevor to wait downstairs.
Okay.
Just wait here. I'll go get everyone. And I will head upstairs.
Okay.
I didn't know if Carrie was trying to have a conversation while we were away or anything, or.
No, I just kind of, wanted to, keep an eye on him because I'm kind of like way more than worried. So.
Is the door open?
That's up to Michael.
Yeah. The door is now open. I mean, he will close it for people, but he will not lock that door even if he's in there by himself.
Okay. I would just kind of appear in the doorway. Hey.
Hello.
Jesslyn, you're back.
Trevor's downstairs. He wants to talk to us about some things.
Good. Trevor's fifth line, seventh area, red string.
Yeah. What?
Jesslyn, we'll be down in a minute.
Am I on this board?
Everyone is on this board.
I will walk over to Michael, very gently put my hands on his shoulders and say, we need to go downstairs for a little bit. We'll come back to this in a minute. Come on, dear. I'll just kind of try to shepherd him out of the room.
Nobody's going to touch my papers.
No, nobody's going to touch your stuff on. I promise.
Nobody will mess with.
Okay. It goes with flow.
Yeah, I will head back downstairs.
I'll follow everyone else.
Okay, so, yeah. Awesome.
I'm going to dry myself off with some prestidigitation, because I feel gross. I personally, as a player, do not like being wet after the rain, so I don't like my hair wet. It's horrible, so there.
Yeah, that. So Michael's just kind of like rocking back and forth on his feet now, just looking around everywhere.
I'm gonna guide him over to a chair or something to sit on, kind of sit him down and sit next to him and just kind of rub his back kind of reassuringly.
Okay.
Kind of cringes a little at that, but he's just like, okay.
It's okay. I'm not. It's just. Frick! I need some more ale.
Coming up.
Hold on, minor technical difficulties.
It's fine.
I will be right back in a moment. I need to go let my dog outside.
Okay.
Her dog sounds like he is frantic. He has to poop. I licked your toenails on the floor.
And the worst part is, the only other thing we have is try like coming back, and I feel like that needs to be, happen after this conversation.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying not to mess up the timelines like I've done with all the one-shots or the side missions.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll come back.
We'll
I
catch...
had a technical difficulty.
Hey, it could be
That
worse.
being my phone went flying and took all the cords with it.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So, Trevor has the floor.
So I just finished speaking with my brother. He said all he can do until there's more physical proof is look into his ear personally.
Look into
So, yeah.
us personally?
Azir.
Oh.
So essentially,
He's
he's
not
not
too
going to do
sweet.
anything.
He's not too thrilled with her vigilante-ism. But with... Like Victor... Go ahead, sorry.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
With, again, Victor being as that highly prestigious as he is, my brother doesn't want to start an internal war without more proof.
So Azir didn't put in a report about what she did then?
She put in her version of a report, but
Right.
since the two collided, he has some more work on his end he has to do.
But you set him straight, right?
I did what I could, without being too specific. But unfortunately, without being specific, it's kind of a pet peeve of my brother's, so.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's a captain and everything. has to keep things as by the book as possible.
My brother's the definition of by the book, believe me.
Your
His
brother's
book,
also-
but by the book,
May I ask you a question?
of course.
Your brother, as you say, being by the book, did he by any chance ask you to keep an eye on us and report to him of our whereabouts and our doings?
In a way,
What?
just to make sure that you don't get in trouble anymore. Mostly the victim.
Michael. He's worried about
Well,
Michael.
he can't. I wouldn't say worried.
Oh, he thinks that I'm a threat.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well,
I told
there's
you guys he wouldn't be able to do anything for us. Now he just knows that we have a problem with Azir and Victor. Yay!
Well, I mean,
Listen
you
to
and
all
about
targets
80%
on our
of the
backs.
city.
Yeah, but how
Oh,
many?
you and 80% of the city. No offense, but you're not anything special in that regard.
Trevor,
As far as he knows.
Trevor,
I-
can you look into something for me? I need an arrest record brought up on myself. I need to figure out what I was actually arrested for.
I can't do that when I'm off duty.
When you're next on duty, yeah.
I can try, but I can't make any promises.
No, that's cool.
That's all my brother's papers.
Can't I?
Like,
as,
depending
like,
what the arrest.
Can't
Taken?
I, as can't I, as like the person who was arrested, make a request for that?
Depending on the crime. I mean, simple things are probably in public books, but more complex things is more my brother's speed.
What were you doing when you got arrested, Michael?
I have no clue. I had like no issue up until I suddenly got thrust into this entire thing of let's get a team of expendable people put together in order to try and retrieve an artifact that, monks lost.
Oh. I mean, I know why I was arrested, but
Well, we know why Frick was arrested, but I have no clue why I was.
true. Speaking of, I'm glad you brought that up. The artifact that he sent us to retrieve, the monks lost to the ratmen. Has that ever been recovered, I wonder?
You guys recovered it from the rat man and gave it back to the monks.
Perfect. I couldn't remember. I I wonder what it was. Trevor, I don't know if you would know anything about, well, probably not, as you know why Victor be so interested in the particular artifact that he was trying to get convicted criminals to go retrieve for him.
I don't know how Victor works like that.
I've
done a few odd jobs for him here and then, but I mean...
You do know that one of the things that he has been working on behalf of the Crown was a way to allow criminals to pay their debts to society.
Okay. I don't say that, but okay.
That's but I mean...
That's the public face for it, and some people know that.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's like, I'm just curious what his specific interest in this particular artifact was, and if there's anything we need to do to...
If I knew how that man's works, my life would be a lot easier.
I can probably give you a little bit of insight into it just by telling you what the artifact did.
Yeah, I don't know Victor personally.
No, but...
In fact, I stay away from him as often as I can. He creeps me out.
That's a good thing. Seriously. The guy's a little bit of a talkative asshole. Likes to keep everyone else silent around him, including the guards, otherwise he tortures them.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'd rather deal with my brother when he's angry than deal with Victor on a casual day.
Wow, that says a lot, considering your brother pretty much, destroyed an entire temple and everybody within it. And he's worried about Michael's doings. Okay. Those priorities
Well,
make
in all
sense.
fairness, he believed they were behind an attack on the Crown.
Would I know what alignment this temple would be?
Sorry, could you say that again?
Would Viserys know what alignment the Temple of Bahamut would be?
Bahamut.
Well, first off, I've basically said multiple times alignment is not a strong factor in my game. But Bahamut...
Well, I forgot multiple times.
Yeah, that's why I have to remind you. But Bahamut is historically a god of justice, and it is considered, if he's worshipped in public, it means he's not a dark god, because very few people will publicly worship anyone who is outright evil. But he's known to be a god of justice.
Okay,
that's why I find that interesting, is because that's a temple of justice, aka good people, and your brother was led to believe that they were a threat to the crown. I mean, doesn't that just raise suspicion right there in itself?
Guys, no, let's not go down this entire route of conversation with Trevor. This is something that we need to talk with Nestor about if we ever get the chance.
I would recommend that, Michael.
Well, I told you guys that it wouldn't do us any good.
I can make people laugh even when I'm being tortured. Come on.
I mean, come on. He went to go tell his brother to try to help us, and instead has been recruited to spy on us.
Out of character, where did I say that?
Didn't.
Well, Viserys asked if you were... This is Rihanna being paranoid. Because Viserys asked if your brother had asked you to keep an eye on us and report our doings. So to me, and you said yes, in a way, and to me that says, yeah, you're spying on us, and why are we even allowing you in the house? That's Rihanna's reasoning.
I'm pretty sure that Viserys asked, did he ask you to keep an eye on us to keep us safe? He didn't say to report us our doings.
No, I did ask to report back to...
That was Viserys' question, yes. Were you asked to report on our report back on us? Trevor replied, I was asked to watch and keep you safe.
Okay.
Well, you know how much she trusts Trevor and the whole Nestor family and the crown and Victor and everybody, so...
Well, 12 hours ago, he was one of your best friends.
Yeah, well, things change.
So was Trilak.
That's true. Anyway, okay. Oh, great. Good to know. Nothing's to be done about what happened to Michael. We have big targets on our back. Awesome.
Actually, with as many people watching us, this is actually quite good.
How do you figure?
Because if we are actually moving to support the crown, that actually disproves the entire thing. That is now no longer true. Because, seriously, after I've been tortured by her, every issue that I had with Wilson is gone. Every single one. I do not want anything to happen to him because Victor is now officially on my shit list because of Azir. Azir's actions have pretty much pointed out to me that, yeah, Wilson might be a dickhead, but Victor's got actual people who will openly torture you and use their position to get away with it.
Every issue?
And there is a knock on the front door.
I still am looking at Michael.
Okay.
Every issue you have with him?
That the other one can be sorted out, and that's actually more. If I could have him openly state that he will protect my daughter and treat her as his own and will care and love for Angela as much as I do, then yeah, that will mean that every single issue is gone.
That's very impressive of you.
Oh, 2 days of being tortured.
Yeah, I'll send one of my unseen servants to answer the door.
Okay.
Justin looks a little proud.
Trilek, the door opens, but there's nobody there. You can hear everybody having a conversation off to this in the front room.
Hello?
Come
I'll
in.
get up and walk out there.
I haven't entered yet.
Sherlock. Come in, it's raining.
I've come to collect my children and my belongings.
Sherlock. Come in. Please.
I have come to collect my children and my belongings. I will not cause more trouble.
I believe you.
Not everyone believes me. Please, if you could have a unseen servant just bring my belongings down and my children, I will take them back to the temple.
Sherlock. I apologize for what I said to you.
You do not need to apologize. It was a
I
misunderstanding.
It was, and I didn't need to say
But
that I would have stuck my dagger in your back. That was purely the heat of the moment.
could I please have my children? I do not want to cause more trouble. I just want my children.
Sure, they're coming out of the ring. Please. And I will reach out. I will take him by the arm and I will start to tug him inside.
Charlotte resists. I am not welcome here. I would just like my children and my belongings.
Okay.
I will say this to every one of you if I have to.
Fine. I will shut the door on him. And I will go upstairs and get his stuff personally.
Okay.
And I will collect his kittens.
Okay.
And the one that I was rather fond of, I can't remember her name.
Bubblegum?
No.
Bubblegum doesn't exist in the world anyway. It wouldn't make any sense in there.
Anyway, come back. I'll open the door. Hand him his gear.
And my children?
Here. Hand them over. You know, you don't have to leave. We were just really...
We're angry, you are confused.
Right.
But until...
Mistakes were made, okay? Mistakes were made.
And
That doesn't
trusting Michael to do the right thing and to be the man he says he is was a mistake. I thought that he was a man who was stronger than anything. I thought you were all stronger. I am not good with people, and
No, you're not, because you're standing here telling me we're weak. You have
I'm
any
not.
clue what it's like to be put through anything like what he went through?
I'm not
I'm
saying
trying
you're
to-
weak. I'm saying that I misjudged you, and I misjudged every one of you.
Oh, so we're not good enough for you. Is that it?
No, that is not it. You are all broken in one way or another. And until I have gained your trust, I will not come in. I've lost a lot today. Your trust was the one I valued the most.
Sherlock, I don't distrust you. I was upset and I was protective of Michael because of what he'd just gone through. And I reacted with my heart and not my head.
Good night, Miss Cheslin.
I'm not Jessamine.
I know
Sherlock?
she is listening, and they are all listening to me. They are.
Yeah, Sherlock. You need to come in because there's something that you need to be part of this discussion, okay? And I will hand him a note that was slipped to me by Michael when I went to go get Trilex's stuff. And it just says, get in here, we need to talk. See? Even Michael doesn't hate you enough to not want you to come in. So please, come in, sit down, listen to what needs to be said, and then if you still wish to leave, fine.
Charlotte looks at the kittens, which are looking at Brianna, and are looking back at him.
Yeah, see, they like me. You can't leave. And I'll take the one that's very fond of me and kind of take her and cuddle her. Be like, see, she doesn't want to go, but I don't want to separate you from her either.
Fine. I take off my backpack, hand her my backpack, hand her my mace, and my shield.
I just put it on the floor next to the door. I'm like, yeah, you want me to do that? That's fine.
And I slowly walk in.
Hey guys, look who's here.
Great. Just don't lock any doors, please.
No doors to lock. It's a big open room.
Yay.
You can lock the front door.
Michael just kind of looks at Viserys at that point and just like,
And I will just give a serious look like, dude, really?
Guys, I'm going to bring in a Dr. Phil type character next session.
We need family therapy.
I need you to stop beating your friends. Sorry. I need you to stop beating your friends.
What is happening today?
Oh my god.
I need more ba. I don't have enough.
Oh.
I need something to drink.
But please, come in, Trilak.
His tail is low, his ears are low, his head's low, and he stands a bit away from the group.
I'm gonna scooch Michael over a little bit and tell Trilak to park his ass on the other side of me. I'm gonna sit between the two of them.
Is this an intervention?
If it is alright, Miss Rihanna, I would like to stand.
Please come sit with us. Trilak, I'm sorry. I told you guys. Are we not in agreement here?
no, he can do whatever he wants to do. Just please don't lock any doors.
Okay.
Especially my room. Do not lock my door. Ever.
I will see that going forward. If there is a
Thank you.
forward.
Oh,
No, going
means that there
backwards
is
at this point.
that means that there is a forwards. There's been a very big backwards, but there is a forwards.
The more you
What
go
is
backwards,
this?
you'll eventually go forwards again.
What is this that needs discussion?
The fact that you're just don't lock the doors when I'm in.
I
Please,
understand that.
if you have anything to ask me, please don't lock the door. I have spent 2 days being tortured inside of a cell. I have seen parts of me taken off, placed into a pile, that pile then removed, and it was quite a large pile. Healed, all for that to be done all over again, while put under a magical constraint for people to ask me things in all honesty and force me to answer them. I really, really do not want any door locked around me ever again when it comes to any sort of conversation.
That is understood. I mean, you could have said that before smashing my back into a door.
I told you to please unlock the door. Twice.
See? Mistakes were made. Tempers got out of hand. Everybody reacted emotionally.
Try like you're still standing. What is this discussion?
What did you want to know?
With you, I wanted to know if my temple was safe.
Nobody's
is all.
temple is safe.
Then I have to make a visit after this. Is there anything else?
What else did you want to know?
That is it.
Alright.
If there's anything else that, if my input is needed, then please tell me if my input is needed on a certain event.
What do you want with dinner tonight?
Funny.
No, that's a serious question. What do you want with dinner tonight? Do you want ale? Do you want mead? Do you want me to, like, drag water out of the well?
I'm pretty sure we have enough water already. And he points outside to the storm. Look. Is there anything else with this? He just sits down on the spot.
Hey, Trilak.
Look,
I think I still have some chocolate cake left in the cooler.
I am not hungry. But thank you for the offer.
I meant for dessert after dinner.
Thank you. I look at Trevor. Oh, you have arrived. When did you arrive? Oh,
Not long before you did.
Is there anything wrong?
Well,
I don't think so.
We've got one person checking in on us for their brother who's the captain of the guard. We've got an entire group of people scrying on us all the time and probably have been for the past couple of years, let alone, weeks. I would suggest nobody masturbate for the next 8 months.
Impossible.
Don't worry.
Oh.
Don't.
I thought he said meditate.
I just want to make it clear, if I gave you people experience, I'd be subtracting it right now.
Lose
Only
50
he loses it. Only he loses it. Wow.
So we're always being watched.
Yes.
And
And because you are associated with us, you are being watched as well. Which is why you're probably better off staying with us than away from us.
I need to tell my temple soon that they must leave.
I don't
Or they
suggest
must.
going off anywhere alone.
Say that again?
I don't suggest going off anywhere alone.
Oh. Alright.
What time of day is this?
I figure it's probably around noon at this point.
Okay.
Because I think everybody got started like first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Viserius, could you send a message to my head priest? I'm pretty sure you have met him before.
Have I met him before?
I
Honestly,
swear him and Cheslin visited at one point.
so you
Yes,
you
yes.
kind of vaguely know him.
Yeah.
If you could
Okay, I
get a
shall
message
try.
to him. I do not want my temple to. Anyway,
I don't think your temple's really in that much danger. What happened to the other one was a complete and utter clusterfuck that was our fault.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was such a huge major clusterfuck that Bahamut himself actually pretty much raised all of us from the grave because of how much I fucked up and forced us to relive the entire experience all over again, not to fuck up and make everything worse.
Are you sure you didn't just have a prophetic dream?
I
if he
really
did,
don't
I'd
think
love
so.
to know what drugs he's being on.
No, I'm being serious.
I really, really, really don't think so.
I mean, wouldn't that be just as believable, if not more so, than it actually happened and you're the only one who remembers any of it?
No, it's dealing with the gods. They can really do anything.
Oh, I believe that. I'm just saying, maybe you have powers you didn't realize you had.
So I'm like, what? Freaking.
What
You're
number am
the
I thinking?
angel. You're the angel, Michael.
He's the what?
That was bad. Bad.
No, sorry.
If you're referring to guardian angel, then I would suggest you find a better occupation for the job.
No.
It is not ending well for you.
Pick a number you want. What number am I thinking, Michael? Between 1 and 20.
14.
She texted that to me. I did not tell him.
I swear to God, I sent him the number 14.
Yes.
Right before I asked you that. I'm not lying.
Whoa, guys.
I was
Too
close.
That's
Wow.
guys. Michael,
What just
take another plot point for that.
Damn.
That deserves something, guys. I don't know what else to do.
I'm convinced. I think he's psychic. Or developing some kind of psychic ability.
I am the worst person to have that kind of ability.
That we can agree on.
I don't agree.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Everybody's cool in this room now, right? Well, sort of. And Raina just kind of gives Trevor a look.
Well, I can take a hint. You all enjoy your evening.
What? No.
It's lunchtime.
Whatever it is.
You could join us for lunch.
No, he's walking out the door.
I am going to follow.
Okay.
Michael
My
just
people skills need improvement, Michael. I'm
Michael
good
just
with
laces.
everybody.
Michael laces his fingers at Rihanna's hand and just shakes his head slowly. Don't. I know what you're thinking. Just don't worry about it.
Okay. Let's join them outside in the rain.
Why are you leaving?
I can only take hearing my brother bash so many times. Yeah, I know what he did, and I know that might have been extreme. But out of respectfully to you, your friends caused that.
Okay, Listen. Can I speak freely?
Obviously.
You didn't see it, right? You weren't there.
I didn't know about it. He kept me away from it.
I know that your brother follows orders, and I know you trust him, but do you not consider that maybe your trust might be a little bit misplaced? And I don't want to offend you, but it's not so much what he did, it's the fact that he clearly enjoyed what he was doing. Trevor, it was
I didn't
horrible.
see it.
I know. It was... I don't want to offend you. I hope you know that. I know I offended you the other day. But what we saw, that was horrible. And I don't know that you would... I just please consider that maybe your trust might be a little bit misplaced. It wasn't just someone following orders. He enjoyed it, what he was doing. He was brutal and cruel, and he terrifies me.
He's still my brother.
I know.
He's not a monster. I don't know.
Just think about it, okay? You asked me if I trusted you. And I do. I don't trust him. So I'm just asking you to just consider what I've said. Okay?
I'm here as a friend for you and your group.
Right.
We have goals that align.
Okay.
And it's nice talking to you too, so.
Yeah.
I have a lot to think about.
Yeah. Well, be safe.
Hopefully. I'll stop by later.
Okay.
He walks back.
I'm locking the door!
That's fine. It's a front door.
Okay. I will close and lock the door.
Okay.
Tell Trevor he's welcome back for a sandwich.
He's already gone.
We'll keep a sandwich for him then. Sandwiches equal love, man. Sandwiches are family.
Okay, Michael has truly lost it.
You know what? Hold on. I gotta message Jensen.
Okay. I mean, we still got about an hour in our normal game time. What do you guys want to do? I think Matt is still away, so... Oh, no, he just came back. Okay, so... Anybody who isn't sending secret messages, what... You guys tell me what you want to do.
I want to go upstairs, get my hidden stash of gems that I did not have in my bag on me. And I would like to say that being a rogue and being prepared for things, that I probably had left a couple hundred gold also, just because I know that shit can happen.
That makes sense.
And I more than likely did not take like my forgery shit with me, because why?
Yeah, makes sense.
Or the poisons, because I was just going to, like, you know, do what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that I'd say I'd left behind.
Okay.
And
that makes sense to me.
So I'm gonna go retrieve my 4 gems that are worth 100 gold pieces apiece, and my 200 gold pieces, so that I got about 600 gold on me.
Sure.
I'm going to make a trip to the Brass Emporium. We don't have to role play it out.
Okay, yeah, I sent you a price if you wanted a new hat of disguise.
Yes. So I did want to get that.
Okay.
But I also wanted to see if... Oh, what was the other thing I was going to get? Shoot. Yeah, the hat of disguise and... What's the other thing I wanted? I'm sorry. That's probably about it.
I think that's about all you're going to be able to afford if you're wanting additional magic items.
Yeah, well,
You can also replace some of your things like your thieves' tools, whatever the price in the book is.
Okay, I'll figure that out a little bit later and get that changed in here. But yeah,
sure.
Because yeah, like I said, I wanted that hat of disguise so that I can go and visit Learned.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and how much did I buy that amulet for? Last time, do you remember?
I don't remember the price on it. Was that an uncommon item?
I don't remember. I think it was, and that's why I thought that if I had enough gold, I would try to buy another one of those.
Michael will go down with her just to see if there's...
You know what? I'll say that double check that's an uncommon item, because if it is, I'll let you buy both of those for a total of 600 gold.
Okay, and that'll be flat broke.
Yes. But you will
Awesome. No, that's fine.
You will be back to the point where you can't be detected by magic.
Yes, and that's my whole goal. And you said you were going to come with me, Michael?
Yeah, to pick up one of those amulets as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll tag along as well.
Okay.
Hey, Andy.
What?
Sorry. I feel like I'm completely...
No, I'm just trying to figure out... I'm going to say that he has a grand total of 4 of those amulets left. And based on the price I just told Rihanna, we'll say that he was willing to let them all go for 300 gold apiece.
Yay. So yeah, once we get that, I'm going to go back to the house and I guess we'll have some food or something like that. And then I will go do my business that I need to go do.
Okay.
So is that 4 left after Michael buys one, or 3 left after Michael buys one?
I'm going to say Carrie and Michael each bought one. That would be 2 more left.
And I'll buy those 2.
Okay. Then he is all out of amulets. He does not know for sure when he'll get more in stock.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Did anybody else want to do anything, or should we stay with Rihanna on her trip to talk to Learned?
Can I actually backtrack real quick?
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, we were conspiring. Conspire. The fuck is that word? Anyway.
Conspiring?
Yes. I actually wanted to do one more thing with Trevor talking to Justin real quick.
Okay.
He goes to walk off, then he comes back and he says, just in case, and he kisses her. Then he walks away.
Okay.
He gave you cooties.
Y'all shut up. Y'all leave my man alone.
The store cootie.
Okay, so Rihanna, you had one more errand you wanted to run today.
Yes. Before so up in my room, I am going to disrobe. I'm going to put on the hat of disguise so that I look like a normal person with clothing. And I'm going to take the shield with me now that I know what it is, because Viserius identified it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go down to the tavern, and I'm going to walk in and wait until he's not busy and go have a seat.
Just to be clear, the only item you've brought with you is the shield, right? And your hat and the amulet that keeps you from being detected. Okay. Sure.
Yep.
That won't be a problem. And so you get there, and they'll tell you when you can go and speak to him at the bar, and he's just going to he's giving you a much more appraising look than normal.
I haven't taken the hat off yet.
I know, but he's still just looking at you with a very... He's raising an eyebrow. Can I help you with something, Rena?
Yeah, perhaps. And when I sit down, I will put the shield in front of me.
Okay.
And I'll take the hat off.
Now, everybody in the bar sees you.
I don't care.
Okay, just wanted to make that clear. And, Rihanna, I'm flattered, but I think I'm a little bit old for you. Too old for you.
Oh, darling, trust me, that's not what this is about. Do you see this? Do you know what this is?
He does. Let's see if he recognizes it. That would probably be Arcana. He just kind of looks at you. Why don't you go ahead and make it clear for me, just so we're on the same page?
Sure. This is called Shield of Wonder. Ever heard of it?
He says, possibly.
Okay. You notice my lack of accoutrement and items?
Yes, it is extremely
Yes.
odd.
This is why I have nothing but what you see on me right this moment.
Then his eyes flicker to your pendant and your hat. It's okay.
Remember, and out of character, Andy, please remind me, what's the guy's name whose house I went
Isaac
to?
Pierce.
Thank you. This little piece was in the basement of Mr. Pierce's home.
Actually, that one was upstairs.
Oh, was it?
Yes, that was where you got attacked the
That's
first
right.
time.
That's right. Okay, that's right.
I knew that damn fool had things beyond his comprehension.
Yeah, just sitting out in the open for the picking. Well, I was attacked when I explored further. Because, as you know, I'm very good at getting into places. And, this little sucker does some interesting things, and I will slide my arm in it and equip it like a regular shield. Do you want to see what it does?
You didn't bring any weapons with you.
True. But he doesn't know that.
He says, I can give you one little piece of free advice because that is free. Get rid of that thing. Find a dragon to give it to, something that eats magic. Throw it into another plane of existence.
It's fun, though. I lost everything after it sprouted tentacles and attacked the things that were trying to kill me.
And I'd say you got lucky.
Probably. So you do know what this is.
Rumor. It goes on that would be considered a legend that most people would hope was false.
So, because of this thing, I have nothing.
You have my sympathies.
You're so generous. But the thing is there's so many more things in that place that I saw. So many more things. And you deal in information. Perhaps the information that I have would be worth something to somebody that you know. Hell, I might even be able to find somebody who wants this fun little piece of magic fuckery.
I've given you my recommendation on that little piece of magic fuckery, as you so eloquently put it. Something like that can destroy a city, and you are willing to play with it?
Why not? If you want it gone so badly, you can always buy it off of me.
How much?
I think the going rate on something this unique is probably about 25,000 gold.
Okay.
Really?
Really?
And you're gonna destroy it?
If I can find a way to get rid of it, yes.
Wow. Okay.
Do we have a deal?
Yes.
Okay. He'll have somebody bring over gold bars worth 25,000, and they will take the shield from you.
Okay. Like I said, if you know anybody who's interested in any other items, I have information for sale. And I will get up and I will walk out of there and put my hat on after I walk out.
Oh, before he leaves, he will tell you, Rihanna, the next
Yes.
time you want to come in here and play games, don't come in here.
Oh, I'm not playing games. This is worth something.
Yes,
I
but
have no use for it.
I deal in trade. You walked very close to breaking the rules. Don't break the rules. And he'll go back to whatever it is he does when people aren't around.
I will give him a bow and turn around, flick my tail, and walk out.
Okay. Okay, so I know something's been happening in chat, but I haven't been able to pay attention. What is everybody else doing?
Viserys just gave me an amulet.
Oh, okay.
Michael's trying to find Trevor.
Guys, remember those amulets do require attunement, so make sure you're keeping track of your 3 attunements.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, Michael, that shield, it does a D100 random effect when it gets struck. It is
It's a wild magic chart.
it is insanely powerful. And she just let it go for like a quarter of its asking price. But she also did it in the most heavy-handed way possible. Okay, Jen, I know you had to leave in just a little bit. Did anybody else have anything they want to do?
I was looking for Trevor.
I think he's off doing Trevor things.
I'm not 100% sure where he would have went. Sure, we can run into the street. Why not?
Well,
So it's-
if Michael has magic for communication, then that might be an option.
does.
Okay.
He does have sending, so he'll send
Okay,
him a
that'll
message of
also.
could you meet me at the end of the Prancing Pony?
Can I respond to that?
Yeah,
You can.
25 words.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll say yes.
One word.
Yep.
So
He's a little
Michael-
pissed off.
Michael just kind of is sitting there, and yeah.
Okay. So you guys are able to meet.
I'll walk in, sit down.
Slides over the amulet to Trevor. You're probably going to need this a lot more than I am.
What is it?
It's an amulet that gives you a little bit of privacy.
I don't think that's a good idea.
It's a really bad idea for me to have it.
What is that weird noise? Who's typing?
You're probably about to get caught up in something. And majority of my fault for wandering stupidly into it, and the court's fault for allowing things to have gone on as long as they have. And you've proven to be a nice guy. Jeslyn likes you. You need some form of privacy in all this as much as we all do.
Much as I appreciate the gesture, it would be more... I'm more useful out in the open to you.
I don't really care if you're out in the open or if you're not. Just so long as you're safe, she's safe, everybody's safe, nobody comes out, dead. I've seen a lot of that now. Keep it
Well, between you and me, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But there's multiple storms coming.
Oh yeah, I know. A lot of it is going to be my fault. Just because I walked in onto something that I didn't know was even happening. And I got dragged into it by no choice of my own. And I've kind of done stupid things.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm in the middle of doing a lot of stupid things at the moment.
Stop doing stupid things. We all need to. That doesn't just go for you, that goes for me as well. That's just a blatant, obviously open thing for me to say. And I know it sucks. But look, you're going to get possibly caught in one of the hardest positions to be in any of us. Just use this for moments to just be able to be yourself.
I haven't been told to do that in a long time.
Kind of figured. But you deserve it as much as anybody. I mean, hell, your brother deserves it. Pretty much because I think it would probably, and no offense, probably would get the stick out of his ass a bit, but at the same time...
That's impossible, trust me.
Did he, get born? I'm sorry, but did he, get born with it? It's... But, never mind. Just use this for you. Use this, if anything, for yourself. Just to give you that breathing space. So that you know where you stand when everything else happens. And you're able to think with a clear conscience on any choice that you make. And also so that you don't end up looking like me. Because what I've just done to my room, I'm going to be keeping that for quite a while. And what's happened to me can't be undone. And I don't want it to happen.
Try to make it right.
Don't. That's the thing, though. You can't. It's been done. It's been done. She'll more than likely get away with it. I've done some stupid things. But after this, yeah, no. I can't get out. There's no way I can. After even before that incident. But you need to be you. And I'm not gonna let anything happen to Trilak any more than has already happened with his own issues, or you, or Jeslyn, or Brianna, or Viserius, or Frick. I can't allow anything to happen to any of you guys. But you seem like as if you need just moments of little bit of privacy. So, use it. And when you feel comfortable and able to.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Just don't. What I've probably accidentally dragged you into without even knowing what I dragged myself into is probably going to be the most horrendous thing ever. So don't thank me for anything.
Well, things are certainly about to get interesting.
Yeah.
Take care of them, alright?
I will. You take care of you. And everything will at least not end up in a giant bloodbath, I hope. I'm trying to prevent that. I don't know what I'm doing. But take care. And see you at dinner. You are coming. Otherwise, I won't hear the end of it from Jeslyn if she finds out that I ran into you.
That's fair.
Alright, great. Thank you.
Michael.
Yeah.
Watch your back. More than you think you should.
Oh, believe me, I really think I should be. Beyond even which, even they think I should. Because there's something going on that's way beyond even what's here. And I think we've kind of brought eyes down upon ourselves because of how stupid everything is, and that's all sides on this. I'm not even sure how stupid we've all been as a collective city in this. But yeah, I'll watch out for myself. You just try to get some time to be you.
I'll try.
Cool. All right. See you later tonight.
Anybody else got
Sure,
anything?
just gonna sit there and think for a while.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Sure.
When Learned's lackeys show up to give me stuff and trade for the shield, is there any way that can be done discreetly, or is that going to end up being in front of everybody in the house?
You're pretty sure that you didn't just announce that you have that much gold. He's dealt in such things before.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to stow that away in my room. I'm going to sit and think for a bit before I decide what to do as far as telling everybody else, well, some people, about what I did.
Okay. I'll remove the Shield of Wonder from the handouts after this.
Sorry, guys. I contemplated keeping it and playing with it some more, but...
Yay, new campaign!
I needed shinies.
No, I had different consequences of how that scene might play out running through my head.
And I knew two of them, and I was like, oh my god. Just sitting here holding my breath like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but see, I forgot to take a weapon with me. As soon as you asked me to clarify what I had with me, I was like, shit. I realized I screwed up. So that's why I was like, I'm just going to have to play this off. I'm going to have to, just ask for a lot of money, which I know I didn't ask for enough, but I figured it would get too complicated if I tried to ask for too much.
Oh, I might have let you hit it with your fist and still trigger it just because your intention was to trigger it.
Yeah, I did kind of just want to walk through town banging on it, to be honest, but...
Bring out your dead!
Literally!
The apocalypse is upon
I'm not
us.
saying that I wouldn't be tempted to undo things, but I'd make everybody have to give up their plot points for that one.
Aww.
I mean, there has to be a price if you're going to undo an action like that.
Yeah.
I've managed to accrue quite a decent number for a single session.
I know, this has been a really interesting session.
We only got one, right? Oh, you got a second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there was one for the entire party.
Right. It's like we all got one, but you got a second one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yep, that's cool. So, okay. I guess I'm just going to look around to see who's where in the house.
Okay.
At this point. Hello? Anybody here?
Michael comes wandering in at some point, makes himself a sandwich, hands it over to Rihanna.
Thank you, dear. Did you not want to eat this?
Sandwiches are love. Take
Okay.
my love.
It does.
So, Michael, can I talk to you upstairs for a moment?
Sure.
I'll grab a couple mugs of whatever ale or shit that's available and take the sandwich upstairs.
Okay.
Go into my room, shut the door. I'm not locking it.
Yay!
I'll set the mugs down, set the sandwich down. Remember when I told you I had a plan to get some money in case we needed to bug out and needed stuff?
Let me guess, you just followed through on it?
I did.
Sweet.
And I will go and I will pull out one single gold bar and hold it up.
Okay, how many did you get?
Enough.
That's good.
Okay.
So,
Can we
how
kind
are
of
we
keep it
gonna
quiet
do?
though?
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah, on so many levels.
Okay.
But what are we gonna do about those 5 people? Those 5 families. How are we going to keep Victor from? Because we need to build their trust. I can do it definitely.
Or we
But-
need to build a wedge that he cannot overcome. If some sort of harm were to befall him or them that appeared to have come from him or any of his known associates, they would have no reason to want having to do with him.
We really are going to be pushing a fine one on that one, because if we do that in a falsified manner, it could backfire horrendously. If we go through actions, establish their trust, and it just so happens that actions have that consequence through a justified means, without us having, turned the entire table to do that, then yeah, that would work quite well. But it would still, we have to, the bigger wedge that we need is to build up the distrust between the king and Victor, because there's already some there from what I remember.
Yes, but he's a lot less accessible to us than these other families would be.
Yes, but we can use
With the
this.
appropriate attire and appropriate documents, we could gain access in a social manner to any of these families with no problem. The king, that's a lot harder.
No, that is true. But I think if we use them to gain that access, it could help, because especially if we go contrary to any sort of, definitely go contrary to what was true at the time until 2 days of torture.
I'm just saying that I have no
That you-
problems with doing what has to be done
Neither do
And-
I.
and acquiring the means to do so.
Neither do I. But we're gonna have to really walk a fine line here. And for right now, we're gonna have to really do what originally I didn't want to do, but now want to and need to do. Because at this point, there's nothing else that can be done. And
The Miltree family, just out of curiosity,
yeah,
are they a family that you think is at risk of being bought by Victor?
Wilson's not a military king. He's not a warrior. He's not established himself in any campaigns.
But do you think
He's
the
got-
Miltree family, whose daughter was murdered brutally, is at all at risk of being used or manipulated by Victor?
Yeah, because if nothing is brought to justice legitimately, and nothing is done to rectify that, then yeah, they're going to have a major reason to turn against the crown, because they've lost somebody under the direct crown's watch, because this is the capital.
Correct. But what I'm thinking is, if we can, I know that the crown is doing their own investigation into these murders, but if we were able to find some sort of information that might let us know what or who did this, we can somehow trace this back or make it appear to be something that is Victor's fault, that would be a huge bonus.
Yeah, and I think it probably is in some way, Trevor. Some way.
My guess is it's a rage experiment gone wrong.
You catch me up on the details of it, because I've lost so much time.
That's fine. You know, when he is in the process of developing better or new versions of it, he uses random people and administers it to see what it does. That's how I lost Silas. Or at least I believe that I've lost him.
That was a similar
I have
method.
regardless.
And it's
And we've seen what the rage does.
yeah.
In fact, Rihanna, the night you saved Michael, you saw at least 2 people who dropped dead shortly after taking it.
Yeah. And I will tell him that. So, that tells me that Azir and or Victor are using that stuff with the people that they employ as their little thugs. And apparently he must be working on something new, because these people died. Instead of it causing the rage, it killed them. So that's why I'm thinking, if we can find whatever or whoever has committed the 3 murders in the city so far, if we can positively link it back to him, or at least convince these families that he is responsible for it. A tall order.
Now, I know that they have helmets that allow for the drawing of memories during interrogations. It's I have a spell that's very similar to it. I think they've just got helmets that are enchanted like that. But I think in this regard, we're going to need somebody that can actually speak with the dead directly in order to get some more information on this, other than looking at the actual areas, because the dead know exactly what happened to them, or because they're the only ones that know.
It's probably been too long to be able to accept them, though. Are you talking about Miss Miltree and the other 2 that were found murdered?
Yeah.
It's probably been close to a week. I would assume by now the families have done something with their bodies.
It doesn't have to be their bodies that we use. We just have to be able to talk with them, if they're willing to. If they're not traumatized to the point of not wanting to talk with anything. It's just
The dead
having...
people. The victims, I mean.
Yeah, death is traumatic.
I know. She had her throat ripped out.
Michael, do you have an Arcana proficiency?
Not a proficiency, but...
Okay, never mind then.
Let me just double check that.
All right.
Nope, not a proficiency.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how you would speak with somebody who's dead without physically having their body. I don't know all that magic-y stuff. But, you know, we happen to know somebody who's got some divine magic available to them.
I don't know if Trelak can do that sort of
Well,
thing.
I don't know, but you would know somebody who can. Night,
True.
Matt.
Night, Matt. True. All right. I'll
I mean,
Good
it's
night.
worth asking.
Yeah. I mean, try to figure out what you can on the physical side. I'll try to look around on. I need to go through the temple district anyway. I need to find.
What if we were able to get our hands on the bodies of the thugs that died when we found you that night? I don't know if they would tell us anything. We need to get our hands on one of those helmets. I wonder if Asarius can do an enchantment like that. For the living, of course. Yeah. I'll
Well,
talk to Asarius.
If we manage to get one of those families on our side, specifically the one that deals with gems and enchantments, then we don't have to worry about that. We just have to put in a commission if they trust us enough to be able to follow through with that, and we pay them enough to be able to cover the costs.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to make an actual profit off of it, because I don't think anybody's going to deal with anything in that high of a nobility rank without making some cash, even if they're doing something for a trusted friend.
Well, building up that kind of trust is going to take a long time. I don't know that we have that time.
Come on,
But
it's you and me. We can do anything.
Yeah, the last time we both tried to do that, we ended up dead, and yeah.
That was my fault, not yours.
Well, I haven't had the best of luck with my charms as of late. Seems as though this city seems to dampen my... what's the word for it? My glow.
I don't know.
Out of practice.
I think the city just wants to see a lot of you. If anything about last night is any indication. It just can't get enough of seeing you and all of your real glory.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened last night? That's how I got the money. I lost everything else. But I've got money now.
Money doesn't solve all issues.
No.
But it goes a damn long way to making sure you have the ability to get what you can.
Yes, because so at some point, probably tomorrow, I need to go on another shopping trip. I need to re-equip. And I'll pull the oh, that's right. I didn't put on those clothes to run home that night, did I, Andy? That's right. She just ran in the butt nakedness all the way home.
Yeah. You probably could have grabbed like a cloak or something on your way.
Yeah. Bah. Anyway.
I know a tailor that makes some pretty good clothing.
Yeah, I've got some stuff in mind. I had my eye on some stuff for a while.
I know somebody you can help.
Okay. We'll have to go visit them.
Yeah.
And I suppose with that, I will go find Viserys.
Okay.
Because I got the note that he was in his study. I knocked on the door.
Come in.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Pretty good. I have a question for you. Because you're all magic-y and stuff. Are you able to enchant an item that, when placed upon a person, it basically makes it so that you can have access to their memories or make them tell the truth?
Not quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have access to that power quite yet.
Okay. Just thinking it would make our lives a little easier.
Indeed, it would.
Yes.
I was going to ask you, do you need help buying certain items?
No, I'm good. But thank you.
You're welcome.
No,
I bought one of those bracelets for Jesslyn.
Oh, the amulets.
Yes.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing that we all have them now, because if they've been watching us and all of a sudden we're boop, gone off the radar screen, they might get a little antsy. So I think we need to be especially careful now.
I agree.
So does everybody have one then?
Well, you've got one. Michael bought one. I bought one for myself and one for Jesslyn. So.
Okay. I'll have to speak with Trilak and see if he wants like that.
He might have spells to help him in that regard.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Well, is there anything I can help with, or anything that would make your studies go faster or be more productive?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate the offer, but these things are tedious.
Yes, they are. I would not last 10 minutes doing this because I would fall asleep and die of boredom.
No offense taken.
I didn't mean any. Okay, well, I guess carry on with whatever you're doing and see you.
Did you get my note?
Yes, I did. Wait, well, that just said you're in your study?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's why I came down here.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. I just wasn't sure where everybody was when I came home.
I'm always here.
Yes, you are. Okay. And let's see, Matt left, so I can't even go talk to Trilak, so I guess I'm done with whatever I gotta do.
Okay. Well, did anybody have anything else?
Yeah, Michael's just gonna be sitting in the foyer, playing music, pondering the number 42 before heading out to try and gather some more information about those 5 people that he spoke with in any sort of way that any sort of little bits that can help him build trust with them. Anything
So just to be clear, you're going out on a rainy night by yourself.
Oh God, no! Yeah, when you put it like that, that's the stupidest thing you could ever do. Okay, fine.
And I was gonna say, it's like, when I'm done talking to the serious, I would probably find you and sit and just kind of listen for a bit, thinking, myself about everything that we've talked about.
I mean, if that's something you guys want to do, okay, but I've established this is a rainy, and I guess we're getting into night now. Or at least evening.
I just realized what I was doing and it's raining, but oh well.
Yeah. That's why you're able to find such a quiet place so easily.
Oh well.
Well,
yeah. On Rihanna's way out, I'll ask her to leave the door slightly ajar so I can listen to Michael's music.
Oh, no problem.
It actually helps me concentrate.
Well, if that's going to be it, then I think we'll just wrap up the night saying that, Trevor, you were, like I said, down at the docks, doing your thinking. It's, the storm is just slowly, building up intensity, but it doesn't look like it's going to be much more than rain. It should clear up by tomorrow. And
I'll eventually just head back home.
Yeah, because on your way back, give me a perception check.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
I'm not good at these. Oh, wait, I am. I'm not good at these.
Nope.
Not in the rain.
You are lost in thought.
Nope. The sounds of the rain are kind of muffling everything. You're very, you got a lot on your mind. It won't be until the morning that the body of Sergeant Tonar is found. His heart has been violently ripped out of his chest, and his head was actually removed from his body at the jawline. And we're going to call it there for the night. I want to thank everybody for joining us for the game. This was a really interesting session. I had a lot of fun with it, and can't wait for 2 weeks when we get to come back.